Hey, what's going on, guys? We are live on the Tank RC channel. How is this gonna go? Right? Tank is away at a hockey tournament with his son, and so he asked if we could continue it on the RC talk while he is gone. So that's what we're gonna do. He's just set us up with his Zoom account, and he should have sent the email to people that normally join in. So we'll probably be having some people jump in here in a minute. But basically, it's the Thanksgiving here in the U.S., not necessarily anywhere else. But yeah, so I thought Black Friday is tomorrow. Tank asked what I wanted to talk about. I said, well, let's talk about some of the deals that are coming out. Let's talk about maybe some things that we want for Christmas. And so that's what we're going to be talking about. So that said, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to jump over to YouTube and make sure everything is working because I've never hosted the Tanks show before. And so it looks like we should be good. Hey, Brad, how's it going? We had Brad jump in here.
Hey, where's Frank?
Frank, I just got done explaining that Frank is away and he's at a hockey tournament with his son. I'm trying to refresh the page and it says that it's still waiting for Tank RC.
Oh.
So it says that we're live on YouTube on their page.
Well, Canada has their own Thanksgiving. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird, Tony. It looks like it picked up a different stream and not the one that was actually supposed to start because they changed a bunch of stuff. So sorry about that.
Hey, Frank.
Hey, how you doing? I can't turn on my camera, but Tony's there for you guys.
Did you get my message?
Nope.
I just sent you a message because I didn't know if you were going to invite me, and I didn't know if you.
All right, so it looks like we're live on a different one. Is that what's going on here? So there's some other people in here. I had a different window open. Oh, there we go. Tank's in there. Brock's in there. RC Propaganda. Okay, they can see and hear, and it's just a different window than we had open. So, all right. So we have Brad Kalman in here already, and the link has been sent to some other people. And what we're going to be doing, like I was saying just a minute ago, is talking about some of the Black Friday sales that are going on in the RC world. And I know that a lot of them started on Wednesday, and it's kind of like a whole weekend of sales that are going on. But I know that the local shops here are going to be having a lot of good sales for you in store starting very early tomorrow. And Brock's RC says, did Tank get a whole lot younger, or is it just me? Outsourced RC is in the house.
His voice would have had to change too.
So we'll look at some of those sales that we've seen already popping in here, and then we'll hopefully you guys know of some that you can mention where and what they are, and we'll try and get some links for people that might be looking for Christmas presents for their friends and family. So I thought that we could just kind of help each other out in that way. I look really smooth faced. I think that this is doing something to me.
Did you have a good Thanksgiving, Tony?
Yes, Brad, I did have a good Thanksgiving. Thanks for asking. It was very busy as far as we were out playing around a lot today. So I had a great meal. The boys and I went out and rode the mini bike in the backyard for a while, a couple of mini bikes. We played Exploding Kittens and watched the Lions lose from Detroit originally. So that was a bummer. What was that, Brad?
Hope you didn't explode real kittens.
No. It's a fun game. We like it because, there's an end. The deck is only so thick. And at some point, you get to the bottom and everybody gets knocked out. So it's pretty cool the way they've got that set up as far as the gameplay of that. But my son actually won the game, which was great, but I did not win. So I need to figure out, we're going to go ahead and look at a few of the sales on here. I'm going to pull up for you guys, and we'll look through different things that we've seen. And I'm going to be using, I've got a couple of links here over on RC Conspiracies that I've been gathering throughout the day on Facebook. So we'll go ahead and show a few of those. Brad, have you seen any sales that you've come across?
Yeah, there's a new, I don't know if it's a 4-wheel drive buggy, but there's a new red cat buggy that's out. I forgot the name of it. Is it EPX or something like that?
Okay.
And it
It's
has
a new one?
So it's $199.
Oh, that's not a bad deal. People in the chat are saying, James Price, oh, did the Lions even play today? They haven't played on Thanksgiving in a long time, James. They play every year, or they show up every year, but I don't know that they play every year. Steve O.D. and Green Frog are in the chat. Welcome, guys. So there's been a few sales. There's actually one of them that I actually went ahead and purchased the sale on. There's some that I've kind of really wanted to go for, but didn't. And yeah, just trying to manage costs.
You can take a look at new Red Cat to show everybody if you can do that, because Frank does that a lot. Share page.
Yeah, I'm going to get some stuff sharing here in just a second. I just have to find the right window that I want to share. And then we'll go. Show. Brox is talking right now. Brox RC mentioned a Red Cat Piranha on sale for $82 on Amazon right now. So let's go ahead and let's go and see that really quick. That's a
decent buy for such a vehicle.
A pretty good sounding deal right there. So
cheaper than the 14th scale WL Toys.
Red Cat Piranha. We'll see what it looks like as well. Oh, here it is. This actually looks pretty cool looking.
You see the one at the
was it right next to it? Yeah, we'll go back and look.
Camaro truck.
So here's the Red Cat Piranha.
They changed the body.
A cool shape to it.
It looks like they changed the body on it.
Yeah, it looks like they're that Team Magic one that I used to have. Kind of that truggy. It's kind of mean looking.
Cab forward with a Camaro face on it.
Yeah. So 2-wheel drive, rear mounted motor, brushed. I don't remember what these red clips are called. They're like banana style.
I've seen it
adapters.
I've seen it do like 20 miles an hour or more.
So it looks like it comes with an impact even. So you get everything is fully ready to run. Brushed system. I would actually kind of like to see what one of these run like.
I got
oil-filled shocks.
The upgraded
1000 mAh holder. So I wonder how big a battery it can hold because it does have a plastic retainer for that battery. I didn't look at the size of it. It looked like a normal size 2S.
Even the interior looks updated.
Yeah, so it looks like it would run a normal 2S size pack, I'm guessing. So yeah. So Steve-O says he got it on Amazon at one point for $62. So right now Prime it's $82. Steve-O says that it was $62 when he got it at one point. That's a crazy good deal.
Hey Steve-O, happy Thanksgiving. Was your Thanksgiving good?
Yeah, I didn't do anything.
Axiomatic says, haha, Tank unzipped his body and revealed Tony on RC Conspiracies.
Hey Steve-O, you had a Piranha, but doesn't this Piranha look completely different?
No, it's the same exact one.
It looks like the body's different though.
It's the exact same one. I'm looking at it from where I'm sitting.
Hey, Kagan and
hello,
Steve-O, welcome into the chat.
How was your Thanksgiving, Kagan?
In the video, actually, not the chat, but you guys have a good Thanksgiving?
I didn't. I just stayed home. I didn't go to my sister's. I stayed in bed all day.
Yeah. Did anybody bring you turkey or anything?
Yeah, I didn't put it in the microwave yet. So
you still haven't even had your Thanksgiving meal yet?
No, I haven't ate nothing in 2 days. I don't know. I'm not haven't been hungry.
How about you, Kagan? Is your mic on? I don't hear him. He's muted. It shows. There he is.
Did you show the people that new red cat that I was just talking about? Because I think that's new. Not this piranha, the other one I was telling you about.
Let me see if I can find it here.
It's the third one from the
Is
bottom.
it on sale though? Because we're talking about sales.
Yeah, it is on sale, I think. But you see the one. It's next to the truck with the red and white and gray thing. It's
the shredder.
No, go over 2 more. Yes.
This one.
Yeah.
The tornado.
Yeah, the tornado. It looks new.
Oh, that's old. That's old.
4-wheel drive.
HSP used to make the exact same one too.
Is it 4-wheel drive?
For that price, it should be.
I think so. Not sure.
Let's look inside. I guess I could try and read the directions or the.
It's a good looking buggy.
What is it? 230, 233. They don't show any of it with the top off.
The way it looks drive to me.
Not seeing a lot on it. So what I was looking at though was over if we went to Horizon Hobby, those ones came out Wednesday. And they had some that were already announced that were early, and then they have the Black Friday stuff. They had some really killer deals like this right here, the Vitara for that Suburban for $200 is not bad.
Oh, that thing has a huge wheelbase.
The no longer available, probably the deal of the year was the DBXLE for $600.
Yeah.
That's an 8 scale, or is it 5th?
It's 5th.
It's 5th. I still don't hear you, Kagan.
The Rock Ray was $249. I know Buck bought one of those.
Yeah.
What about
that's a really good deal.
That one down there on the right.
It's like $200 off.
What about the new HBX 124 scales with full metal gears?
Is that better?
Hey, Kagan, how was your Thanksgiving,
There
man?
it is.
Sorry, my mic wasn't plugged in all the way. It was good. Thanks for asking, Brad.
Welcome.
Thanks for the invite, Tony.
Yeah, no problem. Tank sent all the invites to everybody normally. I just was willing to be on here at 9:15 to get it started, and then everybody can jump in and talk about whatever they want to talk about. I just thought that some of these deals would be popping up and would be something interesting.
I do
for
think
people looking.
Mm-hmm.
HBX.
That low city, you got the 10 scales on sale too.
The DB, yeah, it's not the Pro, and actually they're sold out. It looks like, so it's no longer available. They've got the 14 scale. What I bought was the 8T, the Truggy, for $199. So that's
Nice.
that 14 scale low C. So it's interesting because it's still on sale $20 more than that Team Associated Reflex. So I haven't noticed. I mean, it does have a metal chassis and some of the upgrades for sure to it, but I don't know what else. You had a metal chassis, right?
I heard the WL Toys 14 scale one is a very good car. It's probably their best car.
The LC or whatever clone. You did that one, Steve, right? You have that one, the 14 scale?
No, I didn't. Don't have that one.
I mean, it's like 40 miles an hour right out of the box with that 550 motor in it.
Oh, I thought you were talking about this low.
That one, yeah, I hear that's like their best vehicle.
No, I thought you were talking about this little 14 scale, that new WL Toys thing.
Yeah,
No,
yeah. That is the one I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
You have that one?
Yeah.
And you like it?
I only drove it the one time to test it out, and then I let Buck drive it the other day, and he broke the wing. So.
Hey, Jack.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
A lot of people saying good things about it.
There's the piece of it right there.
Oh, how did it get torn?
Proof.
Yeah, it wasn't buck proof. He always seems to break something.
I heard they were a good car though.
They're quick, yeah.
They also heard they handle well. I saw that they handle well too.
Well, little bit of wet spots when I was running it, so it was sliding all over the place.
RC Master says WL toys were fragile. Man, I don't know. Those little ones, those 18th scale ones, those the 8959 and Bs and whatever, those things are not that fragile. Those things are, yeah, they're uncontrollable. They go like 35, 40 miles an hour for their size. They're so stupid, but they're tanks. I mean, even their bodies have been good, but I haven't tried this 14 scale one.
I heard the internals in the 14 scale ones like their best internals they've ever put them. I think it's full metal gear, full ball bearings. As well, it's fast.
It's like the little buggy that Steve-O's got there, topped up. Checks in.
I just ripped the body, but everything else is just fine on it, isn't it, Steve-O?
Looks like actually now that I'm looking at it, the front
Welcome, Jack.
The front shock tower's bent. I didn't notice that before.
Must have hit that into a wall to do that.
Oh, so it was this that had the metal chassis. The Losi didn't. I went and looked.
Yeah, this one had a chassis on it.
I was looking at this because somebody else just got one of the Team Associated Reflex ones.
I mean, that's a good value for like under $100 at 14 scale.
What's up, Jack? Can you hear us, Jack?
First time I've seen you on Zoom on video.
He was on the other night too.
Yeah.
I feel like he doesn't hear us.
Yeah, but he's out. Well, we can see him.
Yeah.
So, do you think I hear the HBX cars are getting better, and they have full metal internals on the ones that are like 124 scale. Oh, he left.
Probably because he couldn't hear us.
It's probably trying to make it work.
Yep.
Jim's JMRC's there.
No.
I'm trying to think of who it was that just got the reflex. He's the one that was doing like the worst things about like the X Max or
Razor RC.
Razor RC. Yeah, I was blanking on his name, but he just got one of the reflexes, and he was saying the only thing he'd had the other 14 scale was the one that you just showed, which he said was a decent knockoff of the LC. Or whatever.
The associated.
I don't know what they're saying it was a knockoff of, but
there's an associated that came out that was 14 scale, but it's a lot more expensive.
It's the reflex. That's the one we're talking about.
Yeah,
it's not that much more expensive. Because what is that one? The WL Toys one. What does that run?
$86.
Okay, so it is a lot more expensive.
It's on sale for like $71 right now.
Oh wow. Okay.
That's quite a lot of car for the money. Wouldn't you all think so?
Yeah, but I would not have put those things roll a lot, so I would not have put metal shock towers on it because they're going to bend. Like Steve.
I also show that they have good brakes. The thing stops on a dime, so that's always good.
Those 114th Mini 8s are quick. James Price says. Tank says he's watching. How's the drive? Tank.
Where's he at?
He's
Watch
at
the
a
road a little
hockey
bit
tournament. Too. So hopefully Sebastian does really well, playing goal, stops all the pucks.
Mm-hmm. Like a wall.
Yeah. He's a much smaller wall than the goalies in the NHL. That's for sure.
Right. Too bad they don't have smaller goals.
Yeah, right. Scale it down to match.
Mm-hmm.
So who's bought something already from the sales that are out there? Kagan, I know you've got to be.
No, the UDR is the last thing I bought.
Oh,
I'm
really?
trying to stay out of the hobby shop. Yeah.
What did you say you got?
I got the UDR, the blue new one that comes with lights.
But that just came out, so
yep.
That was recent. You got the blue one.
Yeah, I got it on Friday, last Friday.
Jack is back. Can you hear us now, buddy?
Hey, Jack.
Yeah, Jack's back.
See his mic now.
Yeah.
Hopefully I pick up the Creighton 8S tomorrow. Hopefully it's there.
Oh, I saw that one that was Buck was looking at. You couldn't get that one?
That was at, I don't know what hobby shop you went to.
Oh, okay.
So he got the sale in the hobby shop, the 249.
I'm not sure. I thought he bought it online and then went and picked it up at a what's it called, dealer, Horizon Hobby dealer.
Okay.
Javiers in the chat.
I think Banggood's selling a lot like crazy too. So
That's why he has that extra receiver that I
Okay.
told you about.
Yeah, I talked to him last night.
Oh, okay.
I started to notice more and more people are picking up the CCO2, which is strange because a lot of people don't like the body on it and everything else. But I told them, you just wait. There'll be an aftermarket CCO2 with a metal frame chassis. You just watch. They'll make an option app up part for it. You just watch.
Nice. Yeah, we still don't hear you, Jack. I see you're trying to talk. Can you hear us now, though?
Down at
There
the
we go.
bottom.
I think you're good now. Maybe.
I heard you there. Yeah.
Hey, Jack. How's your spring, man?
I might as well be myself.
There you go. Now you're good.
Yeah, I hear ya.
Talk with my hands.
Yeah.
Now I can hear you.
Just keep your head turning that
I
direction.
need to talk with your hands.
It's ridiculous.
Yay
Hey,
for
Jack,
technology, right?
How's it warming up
My
out there?
handset, and then it disappeared.
We can hear you
Yeah, just-
still, so that's good. Axios said I put a rig on eBay, no one bought it, so I decided to keep it.
Oh,
Merry
I'm checking
Christmas to me.
silent mode.
Right.
I don't know what's
See,
going
Sean's
on.
is in the adventure.
He's going into the hot weather now in Australia.
Cool.
Yep. Summertime for Jack. And it's the afternoon.
Soon. Oh, Jack, I can't see him anymore.
It's all Tank's fault.
It's Tank's fault. You can blame Tank.
Hey, Jack, there's something on online that I saw that a woman saved a koala bear from a fire that was happening.
Microphone is my cam. I've got no idea.
Is there-
Zoom, I'm telling you.
Is there a fire going on down
Yeah,
there?
you sound a little different than with your headset mic.
Probably got to go down in the bottom corner where it has the microphone in the arrow.
Voices.
Change that up. That's what I had to do.
Yeah.
Does not compute.
It's not working. So the one that's really got my attention, you guys know I like big cars and I like small cars. The 1/10 scale, I like them for monster trucks because they're kind of big 1/10 scale. But those low C Super Baja Rays for $500.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a good price.
It's the bind and drive, but the problem is, if I ever had to work on it, I would hate it.
Like the
Is it a
UDR.
nightmare?
Lots of stuff to take apart to get it.
It's like
anything.
the UDR. Yeah, I watched a bunch of videos. I had it in my cart. I'll go back and show it again to people. So if you want it, like the problem is I just have so many RC cars right now. And so that the thought of anything that is going to be a lot of work on top of the ones that I already have is scary to me. So it wouldn't be too bad if it was like the only car that I had. Probably. We're trying to get it up here again. Right here, $499 for this awesome 1/6 scale beast. And when you see it like on top of the UDR or other things, it's
Yeah, it's
definitely bigger. It's yeah, sizably bigger. It has, I mean, huge upper links to it, and you know, Greg was saying it's a total beast when they were jumping it at the Mint 400. But you can see how large those upper metal links are on there.
Those are working
So-
real fast in the back,
Yeah, those are working fans.
which is
I assume
cool.
that's got the dynamite system in it.
Yeah, dynamite fuse system. It says it goes like 50 plus miles an hour.
The
They're just
fans
getting
in
rid
the
of it
back,
so they can put the smart system in it now.
the
Yeah,
fans
I
in
don't
the
know what
back-
they're doing with it. With the, you know, I mean, I'm
Right.
hoping they're keeping it. Low C's going to keep it. So
I would assume so.
I assume you're right with the smart system, and it's the bind and drive, and I think they're trying to get out of that because most of the hobby shops don't carry them, except on
Gotcha.
like Black Fridays like this. So,
True. It's hard to sell at hobby shops, bind and
but
drives.
it's 1.5 mod 1.5 spur and pinion, so it's running like even the fifth scale Creighton's running mod 1 gears in it. So, but yeah, I mean that's a killer deal. Not as good as the DBXLE. That was like
Oh yeah, that was a really good deal.
I
Real
was
Marhead
almost
bought
gonna
it.
buy another one. So
But you know what? The fans in the back, the way they have it on the back, that's how actually those vehicles are in real life.
right,
They have the fans back there like that.
right, and it's
That
probably
just
good
adds to
because
realism.
yeah, it's probably good because it is closed off with the driver and all of that. It's kind of all
And it
encased in there, and so the heat. I mean, it'd be a nice addition to section that heat out.
actually pushes it through. It looks like it'll push it. It either exhales it or it pushes it through the whole cabin.
Yeah, which would bring dirt in. I don't know that they do that, but usually it's exhausting out for these. Like if you think of it on ESC or whatever, usually it's pulling the heat off. I would think it'd be pulling the heat out instead of throwing
You know
stuff
what?
into that area, because then you're just throwing dirt inside the car
If it's exhausting, I bet you that might help. It's like aerodynamics because the air is going through real easy.
and out the back.
So the aerodynamics might be better on it doing that if they're exhaust.
But it's a pretty cool car. It's got a lot of the things I don't like though, which is the battery goes into a tray inside the back here, and then it's got the plug into the back of the body, which is fine. But everything enclosed by all the body panels and that kind of was the part where I'm like, it's a great deal, but I won't ever have time to fix it if something goes wrong with the servo, or even just something as simple as a servo, knowing that the teardown time is going to take for me.
I
would
wish
be
those.
Yeah.
I wish those disc brakes really worked. That
They're
would be
cool. They spin and everything.
Wish they
and
would.
they look sweet.
They actually should make them actually work. That
Yeah.
would be cool as hell.
So there's some cool
There's-
servos on here too. If people are looking for servos, I mean, that's not really something you ask for Christmas, but
I thought I
an
saw a
expensive
video of
deal.
somebody putting functional brakes on their RC.
really, well,
Yeah,
they had to.
on an electric one. On an electric one.
RC Tanks and Trucks did because he put that motor in that semi truck, so he had
And
to
he-
build
and
a brake.
And he put electric brake. He put on an electric vehicle with real working disc brake.
Not to the tires, but you have to install a brake system because motors in the cars don't act like a brake like an electric motor does. An engine, I should say.
An engine does that.
Yeah. How are you doing, Jack? Are you working now? I'm gonna
Can
stop
anyone
sharing.
hear me?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm using a different sound card, so I've got to go from my cam, not use my cam audio and use the sound card audio. So, and this Zoom is absolute rubbish.
It works pretty good for me. It works way better
least we
for
can
me
have a lot of
than
people in here.
Hangouts did. Hangouts
Yeah,
was
I
a
know you
real
can have a lot of
beast.
people. I know you can have a lot of people, but just
That's one nice
downloading
thing.
this. I've got to download it all the time, and it's all Tank's fault.
I just
G'day,
put it on my
Steve-o.
phone. It's safer.
Tank's fault.
Yeah.
It's
Hey,
conspiracy.
Jack.
I see he's got you running this, Tony, yeah?
Yeah, scary, huh?
He's to your bum chum, so of course he's going to ask you. Where is he anyway?
He's at a hockey
Gabriel's in
game.
here.
Really?
Yeah, Sebastian's good again.
Yeah, yeah.
So Jack. So I saw on the
Right.
internet a woman went into one of the fires they're having down there and saved a koala bear.
Yes, that's very true. Yep.
Did it scratch your eyes out for the?
There's so many. It's pretty sad. I mean, we haven't even hit summer yet, and the bushfires are going to get worse and worse.
Yeah, it was bad
Yeah,
here this summer.
Yeah, they're predicting crazy heat waves for the next couple of months. So, and all the animals and everything, just get wiped out. And I saw the story of the koala. It's just like Black Friday or Black Saturday we had in 2009, where practically a whole suburb was wiped out and so many people killed. Yeah.
I bet that koala bear really appreciated it.
Well,
Francois
I
says
mean-
he'll take the blame.
What did you say, Jack?
Francois is
Yeah,
taking the blame. He's watching. They're in a hotel room with his family, so wasn't able to do the live chat.
Yeah, so it's pretty bad. Yeah.
So Trash Can saying if anyone needs fifth scale tires, check out the DDM sale.
Kangaroo pizza. No, come on, man. No kangaroo pizza. You can have a kangaroo steak.
Kangaroo steak.
Hey,
Kangaroo
so,
Going to
kebab.
Outback Steakhouse.
It's too rich. Kangaroo's too rich.
yeah, but people look at a koala bear and they say, God, it's so cute. I don't want to let it sit there and burn. You know what I mean?
Mm.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
but we're
bad.
we're not talking about koalas and stuff, Brent. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty sad the koala died in the end. Yes, correct, Basher boy.
So you have a DBXLE, Jack.
Yeah,
Awesome,
I just watched Jaws and how you broke that rod.
Oh,
And
yeah.
if you see my video, how I smashed the hell out of that thing, especially off that mound jump where it just kept rolling and rolling.
Yep.
And yet yours
Yeah,
just
right, the
goes
wood
into
chips.
the side of the rail and you broke a rod.
Yeah. It's just the way it pushes in.
It
I
looked
mean,
like
I've
it was
jumped
just
them.
was a very fast hit.
It
then
was
again, it's
30
video.
miles an hour, I think I was going.
Yeah, video's a deception.
No,
Hey,
I had
No,
the
it's a beast, mate.
yeah, I had the GoPro on it telling the speed.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, pretty cool.
So, but
It's awesome. It's so much power, mate. And I
and
can
can you believe
understand
the
how,
price they
I can
dropped them
understand how you
to?
missaw one when you sold it.
They
Yeah,
were down to 600, Jack, for
they brought them
Black
down to
Friday, but they're sold out.
$600.
Yeah, but not here, bro. Here, they
Yeah,
forget
it'd be like
about it.
900 price.
Nah, and the rest.
800,
Man,
900.
keep going.
Yeah, even
I'm just
higher with
curious,
shipping.
They say,
guys.
hey, these
Yeah,
are
hobby
discontinued now.
shops.
We're charging more. These are specialty.
Yeah.
Did you get a bad wind
Hey,
slap yet?
just for Tony. There you go, mate. Look.
Oh, wow.
Today.
Oh,
Nice.
sweet, nice.
You know, why
Looks
I've
good.
got it on is it's pretty warm today, and I'm sweating, so it's going to get all wet.
Yeah, but you won't be able to tell.
Can't
It's
even tell.
black. That's why
That's
black
right.
is awesome.
Just keep the lighting right.
Nah, I like wearing this shirt. It fits pretty good. I like it because it's a V-neck.
Nice.
So did any of you guys get real bad winds yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah,
I'll
we
probably
had
have some
50
after
mile an hour
Thanksgiving
gusts.
dinner.
We had 50-mile-an-hour gusts out here.
50 mile an hour. That's pretty good.
Basher boy.
We were having something like that. Basher
I know
Boy's
Misty
in the
had been
chat.
getting it. Right, Steve?
Well,
Steve,
You
guy
haven't
get that
sent me
wind?
one, bro. Send me a shirt and I'll wear it for you. I got your stickers, but I don't have your shirt. Send me a shirt and I'll wear it. That's Axio's asking me.
Is he
I don't
talking to
wear his
somebody?
gear. Yeah,
Oh.
Axiomatic.
Well,
Hey, I had to bust Tony's
I don't know.
chops
I'd
with
wait to
it.
wear something from Axio. He may back out with this whole COPPA thing. So
Oh,
A lot of
because,
people have, unfortunately.
I haven't put up a video.
I've been watching a lot
I'm
of
messing with him.
videos on both sides of my channels. But how you going, Steve? I said hello earlier on. I don't want to be rude, mate. I know you're sitting there quiet. Hello, brother. How you feeling? All right?
Just came in and say hi. Probably gonna go lay back down.
Are you in pain? Are you?
A little bit
Oh,
today.
yeah. I saw that video you did with Wade and William. Awesome stuff.
Yeah.
That's bullshit, Jack.
Huh? It's like what?
Axiomatic.
Oh, I was like, I never said that.
No, Axiomatic. Yeah, I've been watching. People are leaving YouTube. They're deleting their channels now. I did see Bass Boy RC, which is Basildon. He's had enough. He opened the Facebook page, Facebook group.
Who's
He's
this?
had enough. Bass, you. I don't think you know him. He was Basildon RC, and then he changed his name to Bass Boys RC. He's from the UK. He does a lot of builds and stuff.
Yep.
He's made a last video. He did a video the other day saying he's leaving. He's not interested in this copper bopper, whatever.
Yeah, I blame the YouTubers.
And on my other side, there's people just even bigger channels just leaving. They're deleting their channels.
Hey,
See,
Jack.
the problem is, hang on 1 minute, Brett. The problem is here. I've been seeing people putting 14 plus on their, as a thumbnail, or I actually saw Johnny Rains put adults only on every video title that he's doing.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't. It won't make not one difference. Now, I watched a lot of FTC videos. Now, I did put a post up, and no one really paid attention to a video. There's a guy that did a video, and he investigated every rule there was the FTC brought out. Now, apparently, what he said was he went back and had a look at all the rules where it's got for kids or no kids. But apparently YouTube has put that, but in the FTC guidelines of their, to comply with their guidelines or their rulings, is they've actually got a general audience category, right?
Yeah.
So in other words, you go and upload a video.
It doesn't matter about what the content is technically. It really matters about how YouTube is servicing the videos and the people that are watching them. The only way to really get around it, yes, the only way to really get around it is for them to either say these can be watched by anybody because they're kid related and they're going to block anything tracking from the kids. What they really need to do is it's YouTube that's the problem, and that YouTube needs to set up a way that they say, yes, you can sign up for YouTube if you're under 13. You just have to let us know that you're under 13, and you have to get a parent to sign for it.
Yeah,
Then
I understand what you're saying.
The parent is giving permission for them to do whatever the ads are that they want to do. There's lots of people that have kids sites that are okay with COPPA, and it's really more YouTube just not really giving us a fair shake at this. It's more on YouTube's fault.
That's why when I watched this video, and this guy went through every document there is and all the rules from the FTC.
Yeah. Did he get a phone call from somebody that said they were a lawyer there? That was my favorite one.
There's a few of them like that though. But he went into the FTC site, and obviously YouTube don't care. I mean, they've been hit with $170 million fine, yeah. But YouTube just worry about ads and money. That's all they're really worried about these days. They don't really care, right? So so if they've got a general,
COPPA is not something I want to talk about because we're again spreading misinformation, and we're going to say that we know something, and we've already spread so much misinformation across YouTube on this this subject that it's not worth talking about.
People are deleting their chat. No, hang on, man. People are deleting their channels. Why shouldn't we talk about it?
Because we're talking about sales for Christmas and for Black Friday. That's what the topic is.
Don't people want information about all this?
There's tons of information, misinformation all over YouTube that they can make misinformed decisions on. I say don't delete it if you're a YouTube RC channel. I don't think that we are
kind of sad people deleting their channels. Anyway,
people are afraid to have Facebook accounts, right?
Tony, I've had my say. Anyway. I just thought I'd bring up that FTC ruling where apparently YouTube stuffed up and didn't put the other category.
Hey, Jack, I wanted to say I was too confused on the rules, but that's not the only reason why I removed my stuff, because I'm not at a point where I can make money on it, that they were going to remove us who weren't making money. And that's another reason why I stopped, because they were going to remove me anyways, because I'm not making money. I'm not monetarial for them.
Tom is in here. Outsourced RC is jumping in. He says he knows some stuff about the COPPA and what is going on with it. And so he jumped in.
I'm not monetized. I'm not worried about money on here.
Yeah. And it's not, and a lot of people are jumping out of it, but a lot of people also are totally afraid to even have a Facebook account because they're afraid of being followed and tracked and all that. So people are,
I
should let Tom talk about it. Tom said he's the one that knows some stuff, so we'll let him talk.
Hey, can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we hear you great. It sounds good.
Wolverine. Your last name's Logan.
Look at Tank. Stick with the subject. All right, Tank, when you do a title, do you bring up 10 million other subjects? I don't even know what I'm doing here, man.
Yeah, it is.
No, you're good, Jack. You're good. We're good. Tom's
No,
in
no,
here. He
I
said he
wanna
knows
go
some
on,
stuff about
on
it.
Tank's Hangouts. Unbelievable.
Okay.
Sorry, Tom. All right, Tank. I've seen you 3 times right in
All right,
the
hold on. Let me
chat.
mute
Relax,
you.
mate.
I got it running on YouTube too. Let me mute.
Oh,
YouTube.
you're gonna double feed.
Yeah. I'm new to Zoom. Usually I do Google Hangouts. Okay, so there we go. All
There you
right, so
go.
I've got access to a lot of attorneys because my wife works for a company that does continuing education credits for attorneys. So any questions I have, they can answer it. Plus, I got my cousins, my uncles, and everything else. So I know a lot of people, and I was talking to them about this. And what FTC is doing and what YouTube is doing is 2 different things. YouTube is going like way crazy with this, and if the FTC it's not. The FTC, if you do not know that you are collecting the information from children, if you are not intentionally doing it, you can't get in trouble for it. They specifically say that if you are collecting information and that kids are lying about their age and stuff like that, you can't get in trouble for it.
Right.
The way that YouTube got caught was YouTube was advertising in their advertisements for YouTube proper, not YouTube Kids, but in their YouTube advertisements, they were advertising for kids, and they knew that they were advertising to children, and that's how they got caught, and that's why they got in trouble. Before then, they were saying, well, hey, we don't know that there's children coming to this website because you got to be 13 years old to be part of YouTube. We have that little age gate thing, and that is fine. But YouTube was knowingly advertising and collecting the data of people 12 years old and younger, and that's how they got caught. And so the FTC, they cannot hold us responsible if we do not know that we are collecting data of people that are under the age of 13. And they have got to prove in court to get any money from us at all. They have to prove that we are advertising to people that are 12 years or younger. They have to prove that we know that we are advertising and targeting children. And so if you
which brings it to another point. It's like if you are asking people, or if you're giving away free stickers and things like that, though, and you then get to the point where you're asking for their name and their address, that's the point where you do want to make sure that you're dealing with an adult. But as far as us as users and when we interact with people knowingly and are getting information, but go ahead.
Well, where the problem comes in, so I heard that Aaron from RC Sparks, he was asking, how can we be held responsible for YouTube collecting the data? Well, we are, as YouTube creators, we are hiring YouTube to put ads on our videos. And part of that is collecting the data for the people that they're giving the ads to. Whenever you tell them that this video is made for children under 12, what you are telling them to do is to not collect information to personalize ads. And so that's how we are getting caught up into this, is that, we're telling YouTube to do it, and YouTube is collecting the data for us. And that's why we get in trouble for collection of data. And the way that the COPPA rule is worded, there's a phrase, operators. Operators is the legal term. And we look at the legal term for operators, it includes us, because YouTube is collecting the data for us. And that's how we get caught up into it legally. And so YouTube is going just way overboard, and they are, I think it's like they're covering their butt in a way that is really unnecessary. Mm-hmm. So, as long as they are not knowingly advertising and collecting the data of people that are under age of 12, they can't get in trouble for it. And they just went way overboard with this. And so even if YouTube says that your content is made for children, that doesn't mean the FTC is going to say that your content is made for children. The FTC is going to look at it with a much more reasonable perspective than YouTube is. YouTube is like, oh, if you got kids, you're for kids. If you have Transformers, you're for kids. And they actually said specifically to, what worries me is that they were saying to like Transformer channels that if you have a $1,000 Optimus Prime statue, clearly that is not made for kids, right?
Right.
But YouTube does not differentiate between a $1,000 Optimus Prime and a $10 Optimus Prime you buy at Walmart that's made for an 8-year-old. All right. YouTube says that kids do not know the difference between those 2 things, and they are not going to understand the differences. And so your content's going to be made for kids. And they're doing it with like Hot Wheels channels and anything else that would be related to kids. Well, the FTC, they understand the difference between that kind of stuff. And they're going to look at your channel. If you've got $1,000 Optimus Prime statues and you're not marketing to people that are under the age of 12, they're going to look at your channel and go, no, we don't have a case here. We're not going to be able to find this guy. But if you're advertising, $1,000 Optimus Prime statues, and you are targeting kids with your advertisements, and you're telling kids, hey kids, get your parents to buy this $1,000 RC statue, stuff like that,
Right.
then you have a problem. Yep. I think channels like me and RC Sparks and a lot of you guys will have an issue. The RC channel that I am actually worried about from having blowback from YouTube, not the FTC, but YouTube, is Kevin Talbot. That's how you pronounce his name, I guess. Because he's got a lot of videos where he is talking about toy grade RCs, where he takes these cheap toy grade RCs. And if you look up advertisements for these, there are some of these RCs that show kids playing with these things. Some of these, come from places like Walmart. And you can walk through the toy aisle and they're in the toy aisle, and there's a case made for that. Also, his thumbnails are, when they talk about bright colors and stuff. I have a degree in applied graphics and advertising. So advertising and graphics is something I have a history in. When you look at Kevin's channel, his thumbnails appeal to a younger audience. He's got these bright colors. He's always making these faces where he's like, and these crazy faces and stuff like that. And and you see these big numbers of like dollars, like $1,000 RCs. And you see Lamborghinis in the background and stuff like that. And from a marketing perspective, those are the kind of things that target younger audiences. And so I think YouTube may be able to make a case against some of his videos, but for most of us, we're not gonna have a problem with the FTC at all, but our problem may be with YouTube, because they're gonna say, well, kids don't know the difference between $1,000 X Max and a $10 RC car from Walmart.
Right. And YouTube, trying to save their butt, could say, you keep marking these as adult or not for kids. We say they're for kids. And, we've already heard of them saying that they're not making money off. They're kind of opening up ways for them to be able to shut stuff down if they want to as well.
That's exactly it. And as long as they're not knowingly marketing these things to kids, there's no problem at all. But YouTube is just, they're ran by idiots. What can I say? They really do some really shady stuff. And
I have a question, Tom.
Go ahead.
I heard if you're not monetary, if you don't have 1,000 viewers, that you are going to be removed because you're not making money.
Oh, okay, so this is what I think YouTube is talking about. So okay, first off, if you're not monetized at all, COPPA doesn't apply to you. I just want to say that if you're not making money on your videos, you don't have ads running, COPPA does not apply to you. YouTube, what they are doing, okay, so like Ryan's Toy Reviews, I don't know how many views they get, but apparently that's like one of the biggest channels on YouTube. And so if you think about Ryan's Toy Reviews, if their ad revenue drops by like 90% because of this thing, think about how much of a strain that has on YouTube servers when they are getting, if you have like 100 million view video that makes zero money, that is such a strain on YouTube. And I think if too many channels do that, YouTube just cannot afford to function. They cannot afford to operate at that much of a loss. And they are going to start shutting those channels down because it's costing them so much money to host freely on their site without making any kind of profit. If that makes sense.
So I was right to remove my stuff because they were probably going to remove me anyways. I was up to 141. Now I'm at 136. I removed my stuff because of the COPPA stuff, but then I also noticed that they were planning on dropping people who weren't monetized yet. So I was like, why continue if they're going to drop me?
Well. I mean, so how many views were you getting on your stuff?
I had 100. No. I was up to 141 subs.
Okay.
And then it dropped to 136. But I struggle to get. It took me a long time. It took me from April of this year to get to 141, and then it dropped to 136. So, but I'm not monetized yet, so I'm worried they were going to drop me anyways, regardless.
No, you're not the target of this. YouTube doesn't care about you. YouTube, you're not operating at a loss for YouTube. You're a small channel just starting out. What I'm talking about is when you get channels like Ryan's Toy Reviews, when they can no longer run ads and whatever, because that channel probably
and the bandwidth that they're pushing out videos at. Yeah.
Right. They're using so much bandwidth, so much data, so much server space. All of that combined is what that costs money. That costs money to power it. They got to pay the power bill and stuff like that. That costs money. That is going to cost YouTube so much money they will not be able to afford to host those kinds of channels for free. See what I'm saying?
So they wouldn't have dropped me even though I wasn't monetized yet.
No. Just because you're not monetized, it doesn't mean YouTube's going to drop you. I mean, if you're getting a million views every single video that you post every single day, and you're making zero money at all, they're probably going to drop you because it costs too much for YouTube to host you on their site.
I wouldn't if I was monetized, I would never have had commercials, because I hear you can ask what particular commercials you want. I would never have had ones that were towards children. I would not have that because sometimes I accidentally swear on my channel, so I wasn't going to have that. I didn't, because something happens to the car flips constantly, and I'm getting upset, and I say a swear word by accident. I don't want kids hearing that, because people don't like that. So I was worried also about that, and I was worried I was going to be dropped because I'm not monetized. So
you not being monetized has nothing to do with it.
No.
That's not the people that YouTube are targeting. They're targeting people that are getting 100 million views every single day and is making YouTube no money. Those are the people that are targeting. And also, I know people were asking if you could mark your channels like PG-13 or for adults only or whatever. That doesn't matter. That has zero impact on the FTC. Maybe YouTube cares, but FCC does not care unless you say that your videos are for children 12 and under, then the FTC cares. But if you say that your videos are 13 and older, the FTC does not care. They're going to look at the video and the content you're advertising as a whole. They're going to look at the whole package.
I would never, if I had a choice if I was monetized, I would never take ones that were towards children, because I don't need that mess.
Right.
I don't need that mess. So I would have had it. I would have had it for like if I had a choice of like commercials, it would be maybe food and automobiles to buy, Toyota advertisements or something like that.
Right.
Because that's not towards kids.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, Basher.
Hey, Basher Boy.
How's everybody doing? I mean, I walked in here and we're talking about this Copa, where I wanted to hear, these Black Friday sales.
That's the other thing YouTube did. They called it Copa.
I like the guy who made a sled.
That's my fault.
Kappa.
Well, there's a lot of misinformation. I saw you guys the last stream you guys did, and I saw that you guys had a lot of questions and stuff like that, and you guys didn't know what was going on. I really want to try to clear some of that up. And I know people are deleting their channels when they really don't need to. They shouldn't be deleting their channels, and they're freaking out. And to be fair, all this panic comes from YouTube not knowing what the heck they are doing, and not from the FTC. The FTC is not who you should be worried about. It's really YouTube that is going to be the problem.
Look, and we totally understand, but see, the thing is, right now, the title of this chat that Tank, I don't know where Tank is, but we're supposed to be talking about, Black Friday sales. So I know that Tony went ahead and posted some links right there, Tony, on Horizon.
Yeah, but they're on cars that children can't afford.
Which is exactly
no,
the
it's
point.
Black Friday. it's Black Friday. I mean, Black Friday, everything's on sale, 50% off, what have you. People are going crazy, and let me tell you this, gentlemen.
I just explained that, Gabriel. I just explained that was my fault for bringing it up.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
I take the blame for it.
It's okay.
That. But Tom
It's good.
explained pretty good.
Tom gave a very good.
Really well.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a great Slate article too that you could read, which also talks about how this is YouTube's fault and not the FTC, and that everybody's trying to tell the FTC what they need to do, but it's really YouTube not complying and not making a way to make it easy for us, as Tom was just explaining for us.
Yeah.
Well.
And my point is, I come in here and then, you guys are talking about this Copa deal and everything, and
we always get off topic.
Well, the title says Black Friday deals, and let me tell you, gentlemen, it's been like about 15 minutes. You guys have been talking about this Copa stuff.
Yeah, because I just explained it.
You know any good deals for RC cars?
We're an hour. We're an hour in, RC Basher Boy. We're always off topic by an hour.
So anyway,
no, but there are some good deals. There are some very good deals out there. I think one of the cool ones is the Gen 8 they have out by Red Cat, which is an awesome crawler. I don't know if you guys have ever used one before, but stock out of the box, killer truck. I don't even need to change the body on those things, you know, because they're
Nice.
pretty decent body look as well. But what are they going for? They're like two something.
They're going for 269 now.
Yeah, the blue one's 286 for some reason.
I don't know why.
So it's only 30 bucks off, but it's still 30 bucks.
Yeah.
That's
I mean that makes a difference. Yeah. I mean,
and you
also
get easy pay if you do it through Tower Hobbies. That's where I saw the deal. They have everything on Red Cat on Tower Hobbies is on sale.
You know what? I think Red Cat and HBX are making much better products, and people are really starting to respect and enjoying those vehicles.
Well, the Gen 8 for sure, because the Gen line, they actually designed themselves, Red Cat.
Yeah.
And so that lineup specifically is of another caliber, in my opinion, from some of the other ones. But the
I
Team
like all my
Magic
Red
one that
Cats.
they work with as well. Tom, you're this is your first time in the live with us? Yes.
It is.
Okay.
I'm usually
So
working on when you guys are doing this.
Okay, cool.
Aaron was with us last week. It was awesome.
What are some that you've seen that have come out recently, or as far as sales, or ones that interest you?
Oh, I usually don't look at sales. I mean, usually if I see an RC, I just buy it. I'm really dumb with money sometimes. Yeah, I just bought a GoPro Hero 8. I guess I should have waited to see if there's a Black Friday deal.
It's almost a $300 camera.
I think it's like a $400
camera. $400.
Yeah.
Unless you do like the trade-in.
You buy an RC for that.
So
you can do a camera trade-in and get $100 off on it. But who wants to wait that long for it? You gotta wait for them to get yours, and then they'll approve it, and then they'll send you. I mean, now we're like a month out before you even get the camera, and it's like
right. And like
time for that.
I needed the camera for this weekend since I have like a 4-day weekend. I got a big video. I got 2 videos I'm shooting this weekend, and one of them involves lots of construction and lots of destruction. It's going to be a pretty cool video as long as I don't break anything like in the very first shot.
But you got the warranty on the camera.
Yeah, stick the camera right in on that.
So
I want to know. I want to know if there's any deals on Kyoshos and Tamayas. That would be interesting to know.
I checked and no. Tower Hobbies is having a pre-Black Friday sale, but I haven't seen anything of Black Friday, officially. But
well, I would think Tamaya sometimes
would.
Tower Hobbies would be doing something for Black Friday with them, making them lower.
Well, I mean, all you got to do is just check their website, man. And of course, there is Black Friday, and then the weekend comes on, and then on Monday they call it
Cyber Monday.
Cyber Mondays.
And then also I wanted to point out, let's see, Net Cruiser RC says, I saw the big orange Sen was on sale. I didn't see the Hyperloop. Now, don't you own the Sen there, Tony?
He owns a couple of them.
All of them.
Oh, look at you. Gee.
You have 3 of them?
I have.
You have 3 monster trucks from Sen, correct?
I have 5 of them.
Oh.
HL 150, the B50,
really good trucks.
the Fiat, the Suzuki Jimny, and the American Force Reaper.
No Colossus?
Which is the same as a Colossus.
I know.
Is Sen owned? Well, not owned, but is it partnered with Horizon Hobby?
No.
Tony? No.
Okay. They're through HRP Distributing, who does have sales. Cross RC is 20% off if you've ever wanted a Cross RC crawler. I did see that sale, and they actually, somebody was saying that they were shocked they didn't know they actually sell. They have their own their distributor, but they've actually got an online shop through Hobby Recreation Products, so you can buy direct.
Hey guys, do you know Carson's hooked to the hip with Tamiya?
I don't know what you're talking about. Who's Carson?
Carson.
Carson Daly. Carson.
Carson's the name of the company. It's called Carson. They make electronics, and they do their own little thing with Tamiyas. So Tamiya gives them permission to make certain vehicles. There's some that they make, but are still Tamiyas. That Tamiya doesn't show that they're theirs, but they have them. They're called Tamiya. There's one that was in Britain I saw that was a buggy that looked good, and it was its own name, but it was done by Carson, but it was a Tamiya. I forgot the name of it. was a buggy, but it
Huh.
was none I've never seen in any of their catalogs. But it
So
was
Trash
wonderful.
Can Ninja says Kyosho Optima 110 4-wheel drive buggy on sale, and the Ultima RB7. So apparently
How much
Kyosho does have some sales going on. But
How much are they?
well, I
Have
guess you're
to
gonna have
find
to
out.
check. Yeah. Horizon Hobby, if anything, you can also, I think even well, Tower, I'm sure they carry them. Where else can you find some good sales? So my first
Well-
two go-tos would be HorizonHobby.com and TowerHobbies.com.
Traxxas has some.
Asia Tees maybe too.
What about Banggood?
Well, Banggood doesn't carry the, how do you call it? The name brand stuff with, like, for example, Losi, Terra, Axial, all that. So
What about Amazon?
In the chat,
Well,
they
I'm
say,
just gonna name all
they
the
say
different
Amazon
sites,
Johnny
is-
Brad.
Carson, and then somebody said Johnny Carson, then somebody else said Bob
No,
Barker makes
exactly.
prison toothbrushes.
It's very big in Europe.
They're really nice.
You can get some of the stuff here. It's just straight up called Carson.
I got one in order
Carson.
from Bob Barker. They're really nice.
What? Carson?
Yeah, Bob Barker's got toothbrushes he makes in prison.
Traxxas has got some Black Friday deals going on. Like,
Okay, if you want to know where I'm talking about, go to Nordic Nordic Vision RC. He shows that he's putting in one of his vehicles a Carson electronic speed controller with its own motor.
Is that a UK? Is that a European thing though? Is Carson a?
Yes, but
Okay,
they have
well,
their own stem line from Tamiya, and they call their cars Tamiya, but
So-
Carson puts them out.
Tamiya. So it's like 7 degrees from Tamiya, as I think.
Yeah,
With Brad.
Everything's
There's
related to
everything
Tamiya.
gets back to Tamiya somehow.
Well,
right.
you guys
Tom's
look
right.
it up,
Tom-
you can find out.
6
Tom
degrees
was
of
saying
separation.
something. We'll look in a second, Brad. But Tom was saying something about Traxxas deals. I'll look up some of the Carson thing while we wait. But Tom, tell us what you know about any Traxxas deals. I've
Yeah.
seen like
Yeah,
where they come
Traxxas-
with chargers or something.
yeah. A lot of their like their like the Bandit, Rustler, Stampede, and Slash, and they comes with the additional charger that they don't sell in the box for whatever reason. What you have to plug into the wall. They sell those with it. They have a light kit for the Mercedes Benz.
Oh, okay.
That's $125 light kit that's coming with the
That's
Mercedes Benz.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
If I
and-
recall-
It comes for free with it.
If
And
I
if-
recall, so Traxxas, when you buy like, for example, a ready to run, and I quote, vehicle from Traxxas, they do give you the charger, but it's the one that you plug into your cigarette lighter.
They
Right,
stopped
right.
giving them away a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
For the
So
most part.
now they're giving you an adapter that allows you to plug that into your wall.
Right. That's what they're doing, and they're
You
also
can buy it
giving
separately.
if you buy the TRX4 with the tracks, the track version of it, they're giving you a free set of wheels and tires for it too.
Oh, there you go.
So
$80 value.
And then
Do what?
so we have a couple comments here on chat. Axiomatic says, "What about Toys R Us?" I just had to read it.
They got a white. They've got a white version of the.
Oh, the TRX6.
Yeah,
looks
that
pretty
looks really
sweet.
cool.
it
a
does.
white TRX6 on Black Friday. You would have thought though with Traxxas, like they would have had like all black lineup for Black Friday. Like
Have
could
you seen
buy.
that Blackie Revo? Have you seen the Blackie Revo? That thing
Oh, yeah,
looks
Black
amazing.
Edition.
That does
all
look
black.
cool. But like for Halloween, everything was orange, right? So it's like Black Friday. You'd think they'd have like all like matte black
They're doing
cars.
red, white, and green for Christmas. So Tom, do you have any Armas?
Having Arma? No, I do not own Arma. I like my chassis to be straight without bends in them.
Well, everybody seems to like the new 5th scale one. The 5th scale.
The
He was
new
making a direct
Kratom
point about that there, Brad, that you missed.
The
He likes this.
He prefers plastic than metal,
Yes.
which is fine.
Did you guys notice that it's knocking the pivot balls out of the front end? The pivot balls that go into the steering hubs or whatever, the steering blocks, it's pushing the screws out of the
Tony-
steering blocks.
Tony has some experiences with that vehicle, right, Tony? And
I hit
to
a
my
tree.
knowledge, it's not that bad, right?
Well, mine's not bent.
Should
But
have
I'm
tightened up
not-
the screws on it. Sorry.
No,
You
well,
guys-
the pivot ball thing is something like they do mention because some people have talked about problems with them before. I haven't had any issues with my pivot balls yet, but it's one thing that you do have to. There's benefits to having it, but there's maintenance that's required with it as well. So you have to weigh whether you like the benefits of having the pillow ball suspension or not. I like it. I think it's really plush. I think that the steering and but you do have issues. I have on my Outcast, I've ripped the pillow balls out several times, and you have to take it it takes 5 minutes. You unscrew it, push it back through. But that's because I'm like trying to backflip off of trees and stuff like that. That's stupid.
Well, Tony.
But I haven't had issues with that. I did hit a tree really hard, and I ripped out a hinge pin, which I now have. Actually, it's still sitting here.
Well, there's a 25-pound car, but
yeah, I have this little blade. It's a helicopter piece that's sitting in there right now. For now,
are you the one that posted on Facebook the picture of the A-arm off of the hinge pin?
I don't think I posted that picture.
Yeah, someone posted a Facebook picture of someone.
Oh, they broke it. The guys, the RCU next Tuesday broke theirs. They jumped a BMX jump and they landed into the face of the next one, and they ripped out the whole bottom A-arm. So they busted it
before you played with it. Maybe you should have double checked all the screws on it to make sure they were in tight.
Oh no, I ripped it out. Like I hit a tree at speed off of a jump right on that wheel, and it just ripped out. Right,
it's a 25-pound car.
So the screws were tight. I'm just saying it ripped it out. Like when it hit and bent, it didn't break anything. It just pulled it out. And I've been driving it since. We literally put this pin back through and sent it off of like a kicker ramp, like a quarter pipe that they had at Hobbytown in the parking lot onto cement, flat landing it. And it's a beast, but I don't, how do I say it? I don't try to go for like the moon with jumps. I like to get big air, but there's
you don't fully send it every time.
There's a limitation to how big air should be. And that's based on a lot of things, like
Kevin Talbot size, not Kevin Talbot weighs.
No, I wouldn't.
I hit my ramps full speed all the time. I'll take my X Max and I hit my ramp full speed. I hit my ramp with the Rustler going 60 miles an hour and sit as far as it went, and it didn't break anything, didn't bend anything. I did it to it twice. 83 feet, I think, was the jump was, and it just didn't hurt anything at all in the Rustler. I'm sure that the 8S. Crichton is fun. I'm sure it's a great truck. You know, it looks like it's very stable. Doesn't roll, doesn't flip over, anything like that.
Talking about the Mojave?
And no, I'm talking about the Crichton. And I'm sure that it's a fantastic RC. It just doesn't fill a gap that I have in my RC collection.
Right.
I think the X Max is going to be fine for me. I think it's the X Max.
There's no reason to own both.
Right.
There's no reason to own both. And people ask me, even with that, like that or the low C DBXLE, I'd probably choose the low C because the same way that I'm not going to launch the low C like full speed at a ramp unless I have like dirt or, a landing to land on. I probably wouldn't because they're both so heavy with those metal chassis.
Right.
That they're meant for a different type of performance and not for a straight up.
In other words, so pretty much it's like comparing apples to apples, and like for example the Kraton 8S.
Well, they're not the same.
They're not the same, but they're typically you got your Arma fans and then you got your Traxxas fans. So when Arma early came out, with this truggy, I know it's not a monster truck, I know that, but it is a truggy that is huge.
Yeah.
Right? Compared to an X-Max.
Right.
If you go back when the X-Max, came out, and I do remember the first videos that I've seen, I remember their electronics were catching on fire. I remember,
that was an easy fix. They just add an extra wire.
Left and right. And anyway, and my whole point is, obviously these vehicles, they're pretty much coming right out of the market, and sooner or later they're gonna start doing better replacement parts, aftermarket parts, and of course no RC is I'm not gonna say trash, but no RC is not unbashable within time. better parts come in place, and And
Well, the
that's
best part about all of this is that Axiomatic likes apples. So there is that. So
Cookies
for
more.
both apples to apples, Axiomatic likes apples. So we're good.
Hey, Tony, you have a Mojave, right?
No.
Oh, I heard a lot of people like the Mojave.
I like the Mojave. I want a Mojave.
I
Mojave
like
too
the
expensive,
Mojave
though.
that it is very easy to work on. I don't want any car that I have to spend, half a day taking the screws out of it to get to the motor and the servo and all of that, which is why I didn't buy the Losi Super Baja Ray or the UDR, because I just want to take out a few pins, flip up a cage, whatever I got to do to get to the inside of it. I don't want no twin hammer type car where I have to like take stuff apart, like cages and stuff to get to the inside.
Man, so I have the Rockway, right? And I heard that the servo horn or whatever was kind of weak on the Rockway, so I went ahead and bought an aluminum one. Man, that was the hardest servo horn I've ever swapped out on an RC.
To get to it?
I got a couple things to ask you guys.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, how's it going? We just had Chris Andrews join in with us.
Hi, Chris.
Welcome to the madness of what is it? Thursday night?
Thursday night, where apparently our host is not here. It's like we're in school and we have a system.
It's just like that.
Yeah, we got
just keep asking them questions. We'll stay off topic.
JP says the UDR is for real men.
We're supposed to be talking in, but I got a couple things to ask. Now, it seems like the new big things in our hobby is the big scale size and the small scale size. But I got a couple things to ask. Now,
we got a little bit of.
Oops, somebody's got their YouTube going in the background.
I think Chris is figuring it out.
Yeah.
Trying to, man.
Yeah, if you just
No
mute
worries.
if you mute the YouTube video, there it is, and then you just listen to the Zoom audio, we should be good.
Yeah.
Cool.
There you go.
So, as I
What were
was
you saying,
saying,
Brett?
the new big things in our hobby now is the really big RCs and the small ones.
And the middle ones.
Going from one extreme to the next.
And in between.
And everything in between. Everybody wants everything. There's not one RC car that's for everybody.
I want to see more people look into the micros, like the 187 scales, because those are amazing.
Because those things
You ever worked on one of those?
Those are performers.
It might be a challenge to work on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
see,
Working on
I
that would be
work
the
on those.
worst. I saw when I was up at Hobbytown for the drift event, they were driving around like a Matchbox car RC, and I'm thinking,
Oh, they're
that's
smaller
cool.
than
Until you got to work on it. Like, who wants to have to work on that? Like,
Oh God, that'd be tough.
even the 1RC racing oval cars that I have, I'm like, man, those have. I need like a computer screwdriver set just to take this thing apart, and I'm gonna lose a screw. Even with my cow RC mat, I'm bound to lose something. And then you gotta like try and get it back together, and you drop the screw when you're trying to get. It's just like the smaller they get, the harder they are for me to work on with my big old man hands.
But they're very cool because they're doing everything the bigger ones are doing. They have the same. They shove the
True.
same type of tech in the small size like that, and the 187 scale is smaller than a Hot Wheels.
Yeah,
Right.
that's too small. That would get you some COPPA strikes right there. Brad, COPPA will be all up on you for that one.
What?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a little toy. Now, see, so going back to that, I do have some stuff coming from Spin Master that are like Monster Jam, and most Monster Jam stuff does appeal to kids. So there is that kind of question mark with some of my monster truck stuff. I need to stop doing like
No, it'll be fine
scale
as long as you're not
bodies.
advertising. As long as you're not advertising the kids and stuff like that.
Yeah,
not gonna matter.
Exactly.
Now YouTube
So-
might screw with you, but LCC won't mess with you.
Right. So, so Brad says the small stuff is in, big stuff's in. That's kind of the whole realm of things. I'm looking at the Traxxas stuff right now. They've got a gift guide. It's not bad. That blue UDR is pretty cool.
Someone in here, and I'm not gonna name who it is, but someone in here in live stream has one.
Yeah.
I
We've
told
seen
him
it.
earlier. Yep.
Yeah, but the only problem is we've got to wait ages and ages for him to do a video.
Right?
If ever.
We've been waiting
It
for
might
Don't
be
hold
a
your
shelf.
breath.
It might be a shelf queen.
mate.
Yeah, there's pretty good
Tony,
chances of
start-
shelf queen.
Yeah, get a big mantelpiece for that thing, mate.
Yeah. So Chris, what would be your, so we should maybe go around the room just to kind of order this up a little bit and say if somebody could choose one RC that they could get for Christmas, money's not an issue. And it can't be a Tamiya, Brad. What would no.
Oh, come on.
I'm just kidding, man.
You have to go to Kyoto, man. That's
right.
my next favorite.
Yeah. So what would it be and why would you choose that one in case there's people out here looking for something? And we'll start with Green Frog because you're in the Brady Bunch circle. You're next to me. So
All right, I'll go with the Vanquish, the first truck they put out with all the metal on it.
Yeah.
You
Not
like
the VS10
oh man,
Pro, but the VS10.
Yeah.
410, sorry. Yeah.
that is
Okay.
very what is it? Precise.
Okay. That's a winner. That's a total
Yeah,
winner
yeah.
right there.
So Tony, I can't pick a Tamiya, but I can pick a Kyosho, right?
You can pick anything
You can pick
want,
both.
man.
You can
Yeah,
pick a Tamiya
he's just
because
joking.
I was just messing with you.
If money was no object, even though it's an advanced kit and I haven't put things together like that in a long time, I would love the original Avante that's been reissued. That's what I would love to have.
The 2011.
Oh, come on! Well, who just said
Avante,
that?
come on, man.
Come on, to me, the Avante is one of the most beautiful kits that have ever been on the market. The way things look on it.
Okay. It's
Cool.
not a bad looking car. I'll give you that.
Do you love it,
the metal,
Brad?
there's lots of metal on it.
It is
And-
sweet.
Yeah.
Is that what Steve-O built?
Yeah.
Yep. And Buck, yep. And Dash Boy.
Oh yeah, they're nice looking. Those
And
things.
mine is 0 miles, Shelf Queen. Look at me, I'm sexy.
Axiomatic says Tycho Bandit is what he'd want.
Tycho Bandit. Man, going back. All right, so
Yeah,
Tom,
yeah.
what would yours be? Even you can be
Ripsaw.
something you already have. It doesn't have to be new.
Ripsaw.
Like you might already have it.
I think the Ripsaw.
Ripsaw.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
are a couple
The big
RCs
tank.
on it
Ripsaw.
now. There's 2 RCs in the Ripsaw, is there not?
There's a 12 scale one.
I'm talking about the 1/10 scale, the big metal one, the one that's like
Oh, I
super
saw
heavy.
that one.
The
recently.
tank that he just had on RC Sparks. Yeah.
Yeah, that thing is.
That is.
I would
Oh,
love to have one of those.
guys
And
should
I
see
don't
the
know why I
video.
haven't bought one yet. That thing is
guys The
amazing.
video of the actual working model that people drive in.
Right.
Oh, yeah. They drive them right in like Abu Dhabi, right on the
Yeah,
streets.
they're like 600 to 1,000 horsepower.
Right. So
Using a CN motor,
I mean,
6.6
and
liter.
and just for a tanked RC, I've never seen a tank tracked RC move as fast as that thing does.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the
thing is
fastest.
So fast.
it is ripping
It was
for
made
sure.
to be a fast attack vehicle with like a tank, and it would jump like crazy. I hear they're supposed to go 70 plus miles an hour.
I don't. Well, the full size
The
one?
real one, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
the
real
real
one
one's
maybe.
like 70 plus.
That's fast for a tracked vehicle. That is really fast.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm-
the A1 Abrams, those are doing 40, 45. That's really fast.
That's
for
not
something.
70.
That is like half of 70.
Yeah, but it's still,
but
it's still really fast for something as large as that.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay,
the
so
Abrams is
Oh, somebody
intimidating.
said
Anyway.
somebody said in the chat, Vanquish Ripper. Those are sweet. I would have loved to have one of
Mhm.
those.
Okay, so the Ripsaw, they said it'll move 60 miles an hour is how fast that Ripsaw moves.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
That's
pretty.
amazing.
They were okay. You were close, Brad. We'll
Swampers
give it to
RC
you.
had
I
one.
thought that, but they have different engine horsepower, and I think the 1,000 horsepower does 70.
Yeah, Brad's running his on 8S. That's how he's getting to 70.
No, I'm talking about the actual vehicle.
Yeah.
I think we need
Ripsaw.
Scott in here because 6S Scott. I guess
All right.
if Brad is using
Keep it real.
8S, oh boy.
All right,
Yeah.
Basher Boy. Speaking of you speaking and everything, why don't you go?
My take would
wait,
be
Gabs,
Yeah.
one minute. Let me time you, brother.
sure. No,
Let
I
me
mean,
time how long you're gonna.
He's gonna
let me
start with the
time-
10
I've been-
of them
I've
in
been
his list,
silent.
and then he's gonna give us the one he actually wants at the very end
I,
of his top 10.
Santa, these are the cars I want.
I'll just time you. I'll just sit here silent for about 20 minutes.
I'm gonna start saying like it's not the Losi Mini T or it's not the 199 Vatera Ascender, you know. No, but so my truck that I wish I would own, it would be the Mojave. Reason being because that is just one heck of a beast. And the guy that sold me was RC Dude 81. I don't know if he's here on chat, but man, that guy went to town with it. He just flipped it, bashed it.
Hey, Basher, I mean, a Gabriel.
Yeah.
That pick goes with the direction you're going in. From the Rampage to that, and you're going into that type of vehicle because you find that you love the desert runners.
Yeah, and of course,
He's got plenty of desert there, though.
Yeah, that's correct.
He's got plenty of desert.
I mean, and I also do own the UDR, but the Mojave is just that's the Basher,
So why the Mojave over the UDR?
I do love your Rampage. I think it's a very cool vehicle for two-wheel drive.
Thank you. The UDR, and let me tell you this: I've only used my UDR, I would say, twice. The reason why I don't use it much is because I hear that it breaks a lot. And
you hear that? You're going based on other people's opinions?
Yeah, I am.
Oh man.
And
a lot
I know
of people
look,
are terrible drivers.
I know
people
I know
like me. We hit trees.
You hit trees with 50 cars.
Look, and I know it's a bad thing, but the reason is.
Well, are you going to drive the Mojave if you get it, or are you going to run it 2 times and then worry about people saying it breaks if you drive it?
I would drive a Mojave, but here the UDR. A lot of people that don't mention, what sucks about the UDR is the battery tray. Me, look, I had to specifically make.
Texas style.
I say the same thing about the Baja Ray though. So,
but the Mojave is one of
I
the
think
best
that anything that has like, the very specific dimensions for slide in, drop in, I'm not a fan of that because it usually means I have to buy more stuff on top. Like I hate to guess how many batteries I have properly or improperly, I should say, with a charge on. I'm sitting in my garage right now because I thought I was going to go out running today. But I probably have like 30 batteries, like 3S, 4S size and 2S to 4S batteries in my garage. They're not all charged. Most of them in storage charge, but the ones I thought I was going to run, we're talking maybe 12. But I don't like to have to buy $200 more worth of batteries when I buy an $800 car or a $600 or $500 car. You know what I mean? And then be like, oh, and I've got $2,000 worth of batteries in my garage that I can't use because this car needs a very specific battery. That's my only thing. That's my only drawback to that. You can change most of it out. It's a bit of a pain. So that's not like I wouldn't call that a total. Like I changed out my max battery tray to those straps, and I love it. I mean, those straps work awesome. They hold the battery like crazy. Unless I don't tighten them down all the way. Yeah.
Okay.
I removed the metal or the plastic thing that won't take a normal size 4S battery. And I put in the straps so it'll hold the battery in. It's just a huge Velcro thing. But anyway, go back to you, Basher boy. Video. So you want to get a Mojave?
Yes,
because your UDR doesn't do it for you after 2 runs.
Well, not because of the 2 runs. It's just those batteries, man. I did specifically made, from Traxxas Flux to Dean's, to run specific 6S batteries.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. It's just one of those things, man, that it's just, I'm just afraid of breaking that big old truck. You know what I mean? And then
you should have fun with it till you break it.
Yeah.
I know, right? And then also, I acquired it from Axiomatic. So it also has you know, that
Oh, sentimental value because Axial
know,
owned it.
and then
Yeah, you
also,
wouldn't want to break that.
Axial has,
or
you know,
jump it off
sticker
my
on top
house.
of it, and then, you know, and I also put mine in there.
Hey,
Fully send
provenance provenance adds value in the when you sell things. Provenance and the particular type of car, the provenance adds to its value. Believe it or not.
When you're
No, I
yeah,
think
when your
more
RC's are on
breaks-
Antique Roadshow.
I've heard that the more that you break an RC car, the more the value goes up. I've just heard that. So I'll just stick with it
You're hoping
That's not how
anyway.
real cars work.
Challenge to put to you guys.
because that's what
I can't
that's what
do
I've
it
been
because I
shooting
don't have the
for.
money to do it.
All right, so we've got Basher Boy with the Mojave. I think it's a solid car. I think the price is decent on it. I've seen it do some stupid stuff.
It's
If that's
sendable.
what you want a short course truck to do, then I mean, I get that. So RC84 film, Chris, you're up, and you got tanks. That's awesome. Oh, you got that Hummer behind you. Is that the Tamiya one, or is that the one that's from Banggood and them?
I had a Tamiya one of those.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we hear you.
All right. No, that's one. That's the HG Humvee.
Okay.
From Banggood there.
Oh yeah,
that thing is
Yeah,
awesome.
Javier wants that one.
How do you like it?
Honestly, man, I have not run it. I've had it for about 4 weeks. I have not been able to get outside and run the thing.
Basher Boy treatment on that thing.
Oh, what?
Now, I do have the Tamiya one back there as well.
Okay.
I had one of those. I
Least
had
you
one of
take it
those.
out,
I
Cooper.
had one of those, man. I loved it.
Oh, yeah. It's a great vehicle. It's just, that's like my shelf queen. It's sitting there. It's too old to be going out.
Right.
I would be running it. I don't agree with shelf queens. No offense to anybody who likes shelf queens. I feel shelf queens, you're not enjoying them. You spent all that money, but you're not enjoying them. That just doesn't make sense to me.
Yes, you are. You're showing them.
What's that Sherman tank up back there? What's that Sherman you got? Back
Exactly.
The
Right, that thing's sweet.
big one there,
Yeah.
Mhm.
that's the M5 Stewart tank.
Is that's Tamiya?
No, I think it's 21st Century Toys or something like that.
Oh, but
It's
Tamiya
probably
makes
related
very
to
good
Tamiya.
tanks.
I
Tamiya
knew it.
makes very good tanks.
That is not a cheap tank.
Either is a Tamiya. Tamiyas are expensive tanks too.
Very
Tanks
true.
too. They're
7
known for
degrees
their
of
good-
separation.
He's got a point. He's got a
Yeah,
point.
like-
They're like a minimum of $1,000 for
That
those
tank
Tamiya
takes a
tanks.
12-volt battery to run.
Wow.
Phew.
Plus a million parts
Yeah,
put together.
So we know it has some heft to it.
she's got the speed.
Scale is it? What scale is it?
It's 1/6, I believe.
Oh, how's it stay on the shelf? It gotta be that. If it's heavy, it's 1/6. It's gotta be heavy as hell.
Yeah, it's heavy. Somehow it's up there.
So we
You must
have a
have
comment
someone
on
looking
chat.
up
It says Baba Kid Altered RC says, and I'm assuming this is what he's saying, that every time anybody says Tamiya, we should drink something. We should.
Yeah.
Anybody
Bucks
has
is
something
They
right.
could do a
handy?
drinking
100
game on
for-
Brad
for
saying
the-
Tamiya.
Well, do you have since you have military stuff like the tanks?
See you
do
about
you
Harbor
have any
Basher.
Tamiya tanks? Do you have any Tamiya tanks?
Take it easy.
Mm,
John
Nah.
Michael, the tiny bar harbor basher.
I think I got Henlongs.
Henlongs,
Yeah,
yeah.
Bucks RC World is spot on. 1,400 for a 114 Tamiya tank isn't cheap.
No, no. And I've seen them. I mean, I'm not,
Their 1/16 scale tanks are expensive.
you know, there are
Well,
some
so is what
Tamiya
he
kits
said,
in general.
$1,400.
Okay, so what would be your buy if you had to choose one thing?
Yeah.
So that's the Henlong Sherman.
Yeah.
Does yours shoot BBs? Mine won't shoot them.
Yeah, that
Mine
one
shoots
does.
BBs too.
Mine's jammed ever since day one.
Well,
That's
if it
the
makes you
first one I had.
if it makes you feel better, my tail light actually gave out not too long ago.
On
Tony,
your car or on what?
on the tank,
Oh, okay.
Nice new tank.
on the hang long tank, the left LED light, the tail light gave out. So
I mean, if you're going to be into military vehicles, I'm sorry, Tamiya is one of the best places to go to for that because they're known for their everything that's military.
Until that HG came out, that's sitting on a shelf right there, that has completely scale everything. If you
Yeah.
look at the way that it's built underneath, it is such a scale truck that it's
metal
unreal.
under. I think everything's metal under there.
Yeah,
It doesn't
everything
even
metal.
matter. Yeah, but it's just the way that it's laid out. I mean, even it's
And it
super
comes with a 16 channel remote.
Yeah, it does.
Like
That's
yours
a
just says
lot of
drink.
channels.
It's a lot of channels. I don't like it.
Yeah. So, like, which one do you push to make it go forward?
To be the left stick.
So what
wait,
one would you
Have you-
choose?
uh,
Given
has
any amount of
Chris-
money, what would you choose as an RC for Christmas?
I'd probably have to say the RC4 drive Blazer.
Oh yeah.
Limited edition, special edition one.
Yeah.
Oh, is it
75
the
King
Game
Dog
Dog
75 has.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh man, that's one
the
hell of a
motor in.
rig. I agree.
You're talking about a Traxxas, right?
Nope.
No, it's RC 4-wheel drive.
He's talking about what
Oh,
Game
RC
Dog always
okay,
had.
Okay.
That's that
The
red
blue
one,
RC.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it
The blue
red
one.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
blue
Game
one, is
Dog
it? Yeah, that's
had
a
it in
beast,
here.
that thing.
It's got that cool
I-
slip
Game
over
Dog-
motor.
Yeah, that's a beast.
That's the nice looking truck.
And wherever he is, man, peace and love, peace and love.
Yeah.
Doesn't show up much anymore, does he?
Now, RC Master saying he liked that military truck. You can get it from Amazon, I think, as well. The only place Banggood and them do sell it, but I think that you can get it other places, eBay, Amazon.
Actually,
He's asking, is there
Banggood was
any place
cheaper.
other than Banggood to get it? So I was giving him other places
Yeah.
than Banggood to directly answer
eBay.
his question.
You know, HP makes some very good vehicles.
The flea market, if you're lucky.
I like their other military rig that they came out with that RC Tanks and Truck showed was really cool.
Their knockoff of the
Not the
Tamiya
M-Rap.
very good too.
So
the
Jack,
Yeah,
what would
like-
you
like
choose,
Voodoo's.
man? You have
Yeah.
lots of RC interests.
Who, me? What would I
Yes.
choose? Well,
Yes.
after running that Lossy,
Yeah.
I'd say, yeah, but no doubt about it. I mean, that thing
VXL.
is just, I mean, like I said, I know you missed Shaw's when you sold it and everything, but now I know why you missed it. But that thing is just, you know, if you notice, even when I did the ramp jumps, I didn't go very fast up towards the ramp. I only floored it when I got on the ramp. I know it's very heavy. It's pretty, pretty weighty to pick up. But that'd probably be the one, but it's just too expensive. But
Yeah.
after looking at your vid and Basher Boy, I'd say the Rampage.
The
Is
Kyosho
what I
Outlaw
really-
Rampage.
is what I really want. Yeah, I mean, I've seen a couple of other videos, and that guy on the Instagram with
And
this
believe it or
slow
not-
motion. Hang on, Brad. Let me finish, Brad.
Oh, sorry.
And yeah, so when I saw, I mean, you can always go for reviews and stuff and look what's going on. So when I saw your video of it, and I saw Basher Boys, I just love how that suspension works on it. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if the ready to runs are like that. I'm not sure, but I've got my eye on a ready to run, and it's dropped down to $330.
They pretty
I'm not
much run.
really-
It's the same kit, so the suspension works the same way.
Yeah.
So ready to run, they're all done the same.
It doesn't
yeah?
have the 2 extra wheels in the back and some of the, the paintable body and some of that stuff, but it's
Yeah, I just don't like the white. I don't really like. I mean, I love how Basher
Yeah.
Boy did his. He did a great job with. I'm not going to blow
Appreciate
smoke up your ass, Basher Boy, but
Thank you.
he
Yeah,
did a
thank you.
great job.
Thank
on,
you for that,
he did
Jack.
it. He did a great paint job on that thing. Oh, I got to hand it to
you.
him.
And Jack, for the record,
Yep.
you know that Tony owns one and I own one.
Yeah,
So
I just
would
said,
you
well,
still
watch
say
both your
that?
videos.
Oh, okay, but would you still say that from the two, is mine your favorite instead of Tony?
Yeah.
You have got to be kidding.
Ooh. Oh yeah. Thank you.
I mean, they're two different video styles, of course. I mean, Tony knows what he's doing.
I mean, yeah,
I'm not being negative towards you, Gabs. I just find your rig just stands out. Yeah.
I know.
I thought I thought that
thought
ramp
the
paint,
paint job on that, thing is insane. When I saw that,
the
I thought,
iridescent purple.
You
Yeah.
know, I wish you guys were close. I can't paint, and if you were next door to me, Gabs, I'll get you to paint mine, mate.
Thank you.
No, don't worry, Tony. I've blown enough smoke up your ass over the years, so you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about that, mate.
Great about Jack. He's going to tell you how it is.
Yeah.
No worries. No, people.
No, and I asked.
No,
you know,
I've given Tony credit for a lot of things over the years.
Not enough, but you know, you're close.
Not enough. Not enough, mate.
Got a good start.
Rampage is one of the best handling two-wheel drive trucks that are out there in that class.
Winning.
Yeah, totally. So let's go to you, Brad. What Tamiya would you choose for Christmas? Or Kyosho?
Pick a treats. Gabs got the new brown happening over there, Axe.
Yeah, I know.
Thanksgiving colors.
My checker sheets, they're put away.
I asked Brad a question. This is the first time he's gone silent. Brad, I was directing it directly to you, man.
Melting down. He can't decide.
Well, come on, Brad. You got this. All right. So what would be your favorite RC, or not your favorite? What would you ask for Christmas?
Well, I already told you that.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that.
I mean, unless now, Brad, if you wanna, you do have another option here, Brad. Let's just give it to him.
Okay.
If you would have
the first kid I wanted, I'll tell you this: the first kid I wanted to start up doing building again would, of course, is the Tamiya, because that's how I started out in the hobby.
Right.
But I would right now I'd be happy enough with all the fixings for a Grasshopper, with a dirt tune motor for it.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man. Actually,
Nice.
That's like the most basic.
Very specific. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like the 380 motor. I want the dirt tuned. It's a nice looking chrome motor, and it'll definitely, I think it would definitely bring it up to around 20 plus miles an hour.
Cool. That's good, man. So now, to conclude, well, actually, we haven't asked Tony. So Tony,
you haven't asked Green Frog either.
No, Green Frog said the Vanquish.
Vanquish, yeah. But thinking about it, I'd probably actually go with that loader that RC Sparks has.
Oh, no joke, right? I want his actual excavator, like the Bobcat, remote controlled.
Yeah, cool one, right?
Tom, you asked Tom?
Yeah, I said Ripsaw.
He said the Ripsaw, which was out of left field for me. That was a great response.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's not a car,
the cheap one first.
RC. That's what we just stayed in the RC.
Tony, I've got a question for you, Tony. If what are you going to do with a Bobcat that big, though? I mean, what can you do with it? You can't ramp it. You can't do nothing. You just shovel shit.
I'm gonna build ramps with it for all the other ones that I spend my money on.
I'm moving
my driveway.
And then I'll change the ramp next week, and then I'll build another one after that. And I'll be like, hey, you guys got free fill dirt? Oh, sweet. Drop it off at my house.
Yeah. Making a try.
We'll just keep building ramps.
You can't really do much.
Tony's good. I bet you Tony picks a very big scale car. That's his cup of tea right now.
No, and that's what I'm about to ask him. So everybody here except Tony, so what would you pick for Christmas there?
Well, Bar Harbor Basher wants me to choose a Bar Harbor Basher special, his 1/5 scale custom crawlers, which is a great option. I've been actually trying to find a. I've been looking at 5th scale monster truck options. So between like the Bari Musauer custom 5th scale based off of his own chassis.
Can you show me that?
Mike Hess axles and
so he builds them, does he? He makes them, does he?
He builds them and he uses low-C wheels from their 5th scale monster.
So that's why you're cozy with him, huh?
Who, with Bari?
$3,000 vehicle sounds like Tony.
Now I know why you're cozy with that bloke, mate.
We figured out
something for him to build you, right?
With what bloke? I'm close with Bari. I'm not close with him.
Doesn't he do custom stuff?
Oh
Yeah,
no,
he
I'm
does
talking about
like
somebody else. That's Bar Harbor. I'm talking about
Oh,
Bari Musawar, who is
oh,
he drives
sorry,
the
I
zombie
apologize.
monster truck for Monster Jam.
But you really want
You
a
know, like
one-to-one scale monster, don't you?
Now,
Really.
so
is
I
that
want
an
that
RC?
or the
You want the
Primal. I
one-to-one.
can't
You
decide if
want
I
the,
want
Mm.
gas,
The Raminator? The Raminator?
the gas Primal, or the thing with Bari's is that his are electric. The question marks is that it's much more custom built.
And
And
the
it's not
Raminator.
as big as the Raminator, but
I
yeah,
knew you
so
were gonna pick Raminator in there. I knew it, Tony. I knew you were gonna pick it in there.
so the Primal is what I've been looking at, because as I've weighed the cost of building the custom one, it gets over $3,000. At which point I'm sitting there thinking, well, why not just drop that on that? I mean, it's one of the most beautiful RCs I've ever seen in the metalwork that's done for that thing. So
Hey,
know what?
Tony.
Double
So
purpose
sorry,
like that.
pardon me, but there is a comment on chat that I would like to read to you. So Axiomatic RC says, the Spin Master wheelie motorcycle can wheelie in place. Wheelie
yes,
in place. That's
Yes.
what Axiomatic.
I'm surprised no one picked a rate control motorcycle.
that
But
Spin
Axiomatic just did.
Master.
Tony,
It was
Tony
frustrating.
has one.
The
Tony
guy
has
Spin
one.
Master said, well, thank you for being very honest about how you feel about that thing. Said, yeah,
Sounds
wasn't-
sincere.
I think
wasn't-
that hybrid's not what I think it's hybrid's one of his favorite vehicles, the Raminator.
yeah. Well, what other car can you drive over yourself? Not many. But I just don't know where I'd store it. That is the biggest problem with it. And you know that in like 5 years, where are you going to get parts for it? Everything's going to have to be custom done as you need new stuff for it. That's the scary part when you go that big.
Are people breaking it?
No,
You know what?
I'm sure.
They're not
But
breaking it,
will-
because
will-
nobody's
will
running it.
eventually.
Nobody's running it to break it. Nobody's running Baris to break it. So, you know, and like the bodies that they're using are Red Cat bodies for Baris. And so like they crack because they're like the mold that they're using, the plastics are just PVC, I think. And so it's just cracking like crazy. All you have to do is jump and land hard and it just breaks, you know, it starts cracking the chassis or the body.
What's that Bari's truck you're talking about? How you spell that?
Bari, Bari, as Musawar. Just Google zombie monster truck driver.
But
his is cool. A bunch of guys have them. I say a bunch, probably 10 to 20 people have them. And he's been building them one off, but you have to get like specialty parts like the Mike Hess axles, and those run off of low C inner parts. And so it gets expensive to build it. But it's a beautiful truck. I mean, it's got a aluminum cut chassis and everything on it. It's beautiful. But
so you know what, Tony, if you want a customized truck, why don't you just ask? And he's making his own vehicles now. I think it's called ERC Racing. What's his Quintus, the Spanish dude from Spain. He makes his own chassis and stuff, and he sells that stuff.
Yeah.
From Spain?
He can make you a custom truck. You could get a one of a kind from him, and no one else would have it.
Italy?
Yeah, but I don't want that, because that's, I mean, the upkeep
go
on
to
that
Italy?
kind of stuff. If it's not done in a way that uses parts that are available, that's scary to me. And so
Well,
that's where Baris are nice, because everything's running off of the low-C stuff. The tires will get harder to find now that they've canceled the monster truck version, but I talked to them and they still have like 100 of them in their warehouse.
So with this with the Raminator, what parts are hard to get, or?
Well, I mean, there's only so many parts out there. They only had so many of them built and so many spare parts made.
$4,000 RC, isn't it?
3,000 plus.
Well,
It's
4,000,
3,000 shipped. Yeah, like it's like 3,200 bucks.
Here it's a different price, right?
Oh yeah.
You know,
So why would you pay so much on an RC like that and there's hardly any parts? It doesn't make sense.
you saw there's a Serpent out there for an on-road car that's just as expensive.
Oh,
But
sure.
Oh yeah.
still, it
I mean,
goes,
there's,
you know,
I mean, it's, I
it
would
goes
say
to
a
the
lot of
same
people
square,
spend.
you know,
People,
So my theory is, so the Raminator is based on what is it, a two-stroke, right? All gasoline, two-stroke motor.
Mhm.
So like you go down to your local Home Depot and you know.
The motor's
It's
not the
smooth.
problem. Shocks really aren't the problem. Tires are made by them. I think they're going to be selling those aftermarket, which is great. They're huge. But axles, you've got brakes, you've got all this other stuff that's made for them that they do have parts for. I just wonder if they'll
Don't
dry
forget,
up, you know, the
don't forget
parts
the
for 'em.
reverse gears. I think it goes in reverse too.
It does have a cool setup to make it go in reverse too. But anyway, it's that would be my choice. But it's an expensive one for sure. And it's not a huge market. It's not like the 5T where people are racing them like oval tracks or dirt tracks or whatever. So it just makes it a hard market. You've seen it on RC Sparks. It's pretty cool.
Track, though, is it?
RC Sparks, Aaron has everything that no one has.
Yeah. So I think they made like
what he has.
30 of them in the first batch or something like that. I don't remember the number, but they went quick. And there's a new batch coming in January.
He gets Kappa stuff all the time.
Capo?
Kappa. Or Kappa. Capo.
Kappa. Let's talk about Kappa again.
No, I'm talking about the company.
Don't do that. I'll get blamed for. Tank will blame me for
Hank
that.
will
Don't
blame
do
you.
that. Don't. He's in the chat. Don't.
Oh, he is.
I'm actually, while you're in the chat, Tank, I'm only on the stream because you're not here.
Oh. Come on now. Play nice.
Hey, relax you. I boycotted his stream because of this Zoom. I had to go for about 3 links to get to this.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Give a blood sample.
It kept booting me out. And then another box come up, and then another box come up. If I get a virus, Tank, you're in big trouble, mate. I'm in big trouble if I get a virus.
A urine analysis.
So what are people in the
on the
chat?
stream? Check your stream before you get on the stream.
Yes, getting off the hook, man.
I'll be on to him. Don't worry about that.
So anyway, also if everyone here in the chat, you know, on the live stream or chat, name what you like to get, you know, on Christmas. Let us know.
Francois wants a Raminator.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. In the chat, what do people want?
Serious? You can't be serious there, Keegan.
We're going to critique you guys based on what you pick. So we're going to, you guys choose some RCs and we'll say whether or not they're good or not. How's that?
Yeah. Comment below. Let us know. And we'll go from there. RC propaganda. Boom. X-Max. Look at that.
X-Max. Solid rig.
That's the only way I'm going to get a word in here because you're not here, Tanker. Really? Really, Tank? Really? Next time you're here, I'm going to jump in and see if I get a word in or not. Huh?
So X-Max going around. What do you guys think?
And
then, orange X-Max. That's even better.
Oh, I like the green one too. That new bright green one.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The low C-Mini.
I don't know. People compare an X-Max to the Creighton 8S or something.
Trash Can Ninja's going easy, man. Mini T 2.0. Don't know yet, but it looks solid.
It does.
Yeah.
You would know, Tony.
My opinion on the.
I was just saying, I've never. I don't have one.
Oh, I thought you did.
Like my opinion on
the DBLX 8.20 early Christmas gift. Well done.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And actually, Tony has one of those too, right?
Wait, am I behind on chat? I think I'm behind somehow.
Well, hit the live chat, mate, like you said last time.
Yeah, you're reading ahead of me, man. So the Sen Reaper, that's a good one.
You're just slow, Tony.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, the DBXL
professional
is really good.
I'm pretty sure people are ignoring me. John has ignored me all night. I'm hoping it's just a turkey overdose and nothing I have said to anyone. Master, you must be behind in the chat as well.
And I'm reading chat, ladies and gentlemen. I am, active, reading here on chat. Axoman is on fire. He's just, goofing around there. But yeah, I mean,
Axiomatic. When Axiomatic gets in his moods, he gets in his moods. Don't you worry about that.
Is JD there? But he's off the
he gets in his moods, all right.
Right. So look, my take on the X-Max. I have the low C LST. actually the Los Cialisti 2.
And that is not an X-Max.
I know it's not an X-Max, but if
you need a lead in though. You need a lead in. All right, I'll give you the lead in. Go for it.
Okay, if you compare an X-Max, you know, to a Los Cialisti 2, I would go with a Los Cialisti 2 all day, every day. So, I mean, of course, if we're comparing, you know, like you said, Tony, if you guys want to give opinions, so that's my opinion.
No, I would just razzing you though.
We need apples.
That's what we do. I think, I mean, the X-Max was my favorite vehicle for the longest time since I got it.
You bashed the hell out of that, man.
And for years and years.
You bashed the hell out of that thing.
I still love it. I mean, I still think it's an awesome rig.
I'm so bored. I hate to sell this to all you guys who love the X-Max. I am so bored with seeing it. It is a dime a dozen to me.
Because everybody has it. Because it's
everybody
solid,
and their
man.
mother has
It's been around. It's been around
because it's solid.
Once you've driven the New Bright, can't go back to X-Max.
Hey, I bought that new Bright because it's a unique vehicle.
I know.
It has a Boston motor in it, man. That's
anything could be said about any RC car though that's popular and has lots of videos.
Well, we have several. So we have the Reaper listed. The Reaper and the X-Max, I think, are very similar.
Hey, but they make great bodies.
The Reaper,
they got great. Yeah, I wish I can get him here.
What would be the comparison there, Tony? Nothing. You know, the Reaper and the X-Max.
Monster truck. The style, the way they handle a lot of it is the same to me.
Really?
The Reaper is going to come in at a lower price point. It's got a completely different build. The X-Max has some really innovative features in the build. The chassis, the way that it is made, is very innovative. It's very tough. I think the Reaper's very simple and easy to work on, which I really like about it. Both of them have a really high bashability factor, and the speed that you can do. Actually, the Reaper's only 6S, but that thing can rip if you go in and you tune up.
And it has a metal frame.
The ESC. So, but they're tall frame rails, but it's a very cool design. So it's I wouldn't say not to get one of those. I think they're awesome. But you know, the X-Max is awesome. And I'm trying to just go through some of these that were said. The Sun Reaper was awesome. So we said the 5T. The tank said the 5Ts. Anybody else driven the 5T?
I've seen it run. I've never ran it, but they can move. They move. The one thing I will say this: if you compare the Losi 5T with the Raminator, I know it's two different trucks, two different vehicles, but if you put them side by side on a drag race.
Yeah, and you're saying, Gab, that you're comparing apples to apples. I've never heard that before. It's apples to oranges, mate.
Yeah, apples and oranges because they're two different types of vehicles.
No, this is an apple. That's an
application.
Apple to apples.
That's an apple to a watermelon, man. It's 80 pounds. 80 pounds. That it's got to move.
So I got
I've got to remember that. Gab, I've got to use that. I've got to use that line.
Of course, it's going to rip it off the drag line, man. If you put Gravedigger next to a short course truck, it's going to take it off the line every day of the week, man.
Look, you got to understand this, okay? So the Losi 5T is.
That's my biggest complaint about people bashing the Creighton 8S for speed. It's like, it's a big truck. They don't need to go fast. Like, fifth scale, I want the fifth scale to go a little bit slower than my 6S 8th scale. Truggy.
Yeah, but you know what?
It's gonna hurt people.
The DB LXC that I drove, that's like 40 something.
It's like it's 45 to 50 miles an hour.
It's just so powerful though.
Yeah.
The torque on that is stupid.
Yeah. So I would say to tank, that's my favorite car that I have is my 5T, and it's getting a nice upgrade tomorrow. I won't.
Is it? What are you putting on it?
We're getting a nice tuned pipe for it
tomorrow. Oh, you're getting a tuned pipe, huh?
Yeah, I'm actually trading my infraction.
What? Really?
And some other stuff for it.
Oh my God, you're trading in the infraction. Oh my God, you love that car.
I just told you guys I don't care about speed. I just literally, if we went and rewound to about 3 minutes ago, I'm not impressed by speed. Like people that are talking about drag racing car.
But he'd done his speed runs to show everyone what he can do. Now he's bored of it and he's going to get rid of it.
Yeah, it's funny. When I was first getting into RCs, I wanted the fastest RC there was. Like, I went and spent all my money on the super fast RCs. My friends had T Maxes and everything else, and I'm like, oh, screw the monster trucks. And I just wanted speed, fast. But now I'm the opposite. I want the big
Now you got
trucks that
202
can
mile
climb
an hour
over
car.
everything.
Right.
Yeah, I'm with you, Tom. I want monster trucks. I got a whole set of shelves of monster trucks.
Okay, Tony.
I thought the SMT-10 was too slow for a monster truck out of the box. The SMT-10 was a dog.
Oh, have you seen
on
my
3S.
SMT-10?
Huh? Yours
Have you
is
seen
not a
my-
dog anymore. Yours is, but stock. Like I got it. I'm like, I am
Stock, they are
underwhelmed.
horrible.
I even put a 3S. Like I was gonna make a video on it because my first one, I went right to a race. I literally got out of the box and gutted it and put stuff in it. The next one, I'm like, I'm gonna do an unboxing video. We're gonna show this thing in speed, what you get out of the box. I tried even on 3S to take it over like one of those little black ramps. I'm like, nope, we're not even gonna do a video on this. This is not impressive.
Hey, Tony, what's your maximum speed for a monster truck? 50 miles an hour?
What do you mean? What is the fastest monster truck I have?
Speed, but I know you want some speed. And I know monster trucks could easily hit 50 if they're set up right.
For my 10 scale actual monster trucks, 30 miles an hour is too fast. With those big wheels, it gets all crazy, man. Like the people winning races, they're probably doing 20 to 25 with them,
Oh, the one that goes set up.
The 110 scales that I have.
Actually, yeah, you're funny, man.
So,
yeah, you're funny,
truck
bro.
races, some of those are going
Seriously,
over 20 miles an hour. I know that. I always said, I always said every hobby car that is made should do at least 20 miles an hour. That's a good speed to start at.
a good speed to start is at 20 miles an hour. I don't know. Like those Sen racing trucks out of the box, when you turn it to the high speed gearing on it, it's a quick truck out of the box. It's smaller than the SMT-10, but it's the speed that the SMT-10 should have been out of the box.
And like I'm gonna put.
But it's not stupid fast either. You got to read this though. Go for it. This is hilarious stuff.
I need to put Tony back on the spotlight. But Troll Critter RC says I want a new SMT-10 whenever they come back. Now, I saw your conspiracy when you had this guy, the director of sales from Horizon. You did mention the SMT-10. Well, are you allowed to say anything as far as
the propaganda?
I don't know anything other than what I was prying for information on.
Say it, Dan.
Wait, did they stop
Even if you did, he couldn't say anything.
No,
I remember
it's out of stock for the last 6 months because they were working on licensing from Feld, and so I was pushing him on it on Monday night, trying to get information about when the release date was going to be, because he told us back in June that it was coming Q3 or Q4, that they've just locked up all the deals with Feld, not all of them, but they've got the licensing again. And he said Q3, Q4. And so I'm like, okay, so it's Q4. I'm guessing at this point it's not coming November. So, I mean, December's all that's left. Because in the middle of this Black Friday stuff, I don't see them dropping it and taking your attention from the sales that they're trying to make right now. So I would figure a little bit later into December, they'll come back with new stuff.
Hey, Tony, I'm starting to see new HPI stuff coming out.
Yep, me too.
That's weird, but
just parts.
No, I actually see whole new cars.
Like what?
G has a brand new HPI.
Who?
The Stroller King.
The jump shot.
Some type of Savage or something along that.
Jump shot's been out for ages.
Yeah.
No, but they came out with a 2.0. No, the 2.0.
Yeah, that's a 2.0 of that.
Yeah, but that was announced a year ago.
I've seen it in the home
and that's
shop.
like the latest thing I've seen. But yeah, it's not latest, but yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Pity
And
they actually make a good
RC. Sorry, Jack.
No, go for it. Read it out.
Truck Critter RC says, so yeah, I don't know if you remember, Tony. I've been trying to ask, the guy from sales, what's up with Vatera and what's up with Vatera. Did you get anything, any intel, off stage, backstage?
No, man. Like, so
backdoor?
literally, I asked what the on-road brand was for them, and he just was like, we've got some with some. He didn't mention Vatera at all, which I didn't think about till afterward, which was kind of telling.
And that's saddening, man, because I know he was reading chat. I'll tell you that, because he said that he was looking at chat as you were conversing with him, and it's pretty saddening, man, that he had no word to say about Vatera.
Yeah.
Hey, Gabriel.
Yeah.
We should all petition them to bring out the Unos and the Fears again, the Glamis.
That's what he was going for. That's what Basher Boy was getting at. Because I saw it later in the chat. He asked about it. If the
I asked
Fears
about
coming
it,
back.
but in
missed it.
perspective, it's like, well, it already came out. I already have both of the models.
But everybody else would like them.
Yeah, it's just sad that most of the people can't really enjoy a vehicle that.
And you know what?
But they don't have many on-road cars other than Vatera. They don't have any racers that are going in the race scene for on-road. They've got a few of the toy ones, like the Chevelles and whatnot through Vatera on road, but there's not a huge.
Kyosho.
What?
Kyosho has the muscle cars too.
The Phaser,
but that's not part of Horizon though. And I specifically asked him who their on-road company was. If it wasn't going to be, he kind of said, well, we've got some of it with. I think he mentioned Arma because they had their Limitless in the infraction, but there wasn't ever a mention of Vatera. But I was pretty busy reading chat and stuff too, so I could have missed it if he did say
exactly.
So it was a lot to try and take in everything, but yeah.
I think the Uno and the Fear are some of the best looking two-wheel drives at 8 scale for buggies for two-wheel drive. Some of the best looking.
Thank you. Did you hear that, Tank? Your Exoterra sucks.
I was talking about your.
It's not out anymore anyway.
No, I'm talking about the Uno and the Glamisphere.
But look, I already it's 2-0. I know Jack likes my my Outlaw, and then I know I have some the thing with.
Hey Gabriel.
Yeah.
The Glamisphere. The first time I saw it, I fell in love with it. Even though I wish I could have owned one. Is when Steve O.D. was running it through the snow, and it was running through the snow as well as a 4-wheel drive with the paddle tires.
Yeah. It's 2-wheel drive, but yeah, and Steve took it to town.
Up in the snow, and it was tearing it up.
Yeah.
Well, the one that I want to do is I want to get on with Traxxas somehow and ask them when they're going to come out with a solid axle monster truck that they can properly put that Bigfoot body onto, man.
Then
I want that Bigfoot body on top of a Traxxas solid axle. I'd be sweet because Traxxas really is the one that has the actual monster trucks that sit tall. There's nothing like driving a Stampede. Those things are killer, man. I love a Stampede.
Don't forget, the Clodbuster was the first to start this whole damn thing.
I like Clodbusters.
Drink.
I have a quad.
Drink.
Everybody still loves the Clod to this day.
I just raced my boys. We had my USA 1 Bigfoot and Grandma Digger out
racing
the driveway. That's
Kyosho. The DTS.
Tom, were you going to say something though? Tom, were you going to say something about solid axle though? I thought I heard you jump in.
I thought the Max was going to be the solid axle truck when
I know, me too.
Because we knew it was coming out with a must truck. We're like, man, is Traxxas finally doing it? And nope.
I got something for you guys. I know I've talked about this before. The MRCs. You remember the MRC World Class? That the 2-wheel drive monster truck they made. Do you know that to me, back in that day, that was the original. That's what started. That's like the X-Max of its day. Think about it. It was the
I'm
X-Max.
thinking.
You said the name of it. We were like crickets, man. Like I don't think we've ever heard of it.
Donald Rectifying Club. I think
I've
it was
never heard of it ever.
Called it World Class.
World.
And where would you buy it though?
It had 2 motors in it.
And where would you acquire it? Where would you buy it? Radio Shack?
No.
The Eastern European bloc somewhere.
Model Rectifying Company. They made a radio control car that was a hobby crate. It had 2 motors in it. It was a big rear-wheel drive car, about the size of the Traxxas. It was back in the 90s.
The Thunder King.
Yeah. It's called
the MRC, the MRC MT truck.
Yeah, that was that was the X-Max of its day.
I need to see this, Tony. Is there a way you can?
All I'm seeing is a Thunder King is the name of the truck.
They called it world size. They called it world size.
MRC world size.
I see the Thunder King you're talking about. What you're looking for is the MRC. No wait. Huh.
Okay.
MRC world size.
Go to the that guy Luke. Go to his channel who does Luke's Vintage RC. He just did one.
So you just saw it somewhere.
Is it the MT10? Is that it?
No, it was 8 scale at least. Or
Swampers are saying MRC Thunder King. World scale.
I didn't call the Thunder King. It's so long ago. I pictured it in my head, and I know MRC made it.
World scale.
Go to Luke Vintage RC and look up one of his videos. It'll show it to you.
Yeah, it's the Thunder King.
That was the X-Max.
No, it's huge. Yeah,
here.
That
was the X-Max of its day.
X-Max of its day. Hold on. I'm showing this one. Give me a second.
Come on. Back in the 90s, yes, that was the X-Max of its day.
Uh-huh. I'm seeing that. No, I'm not.
Totally. Pretty radical paint job.
It's
big.
You can't just say it's big in compared to the X-Max based on size.
I said it was for the size for what the X-Max is now. That was back in its day over 20 years ago. The X-Max would have been that.
Okay.
It was the X-Max of its day.
And look, and I'm giving Brad credit because I've never heard of that brand before. Truck looks decent, and
there's 2 motors. It runs off of 2 motors. 750s or 550.
Wow.
Oh yeah, see the lower one down. Okay.
Lower and upper.
And lower and upper motors.
There's 750s or 550s. They're huge.
I kind of want to see it driving.
Go to Luke Vintage RC. He has it running.
Did you own one of those, Brad?
No, I just remember seeing it, and I remember when I think of the big trucks like the X-Max, I thought of that one back in that day.
They are actually pretty big.
Brad,
would be the X-Max of its day.
But Brad, I wish you would own that. So we
can see the MRP high roller.
It was also a lot of money back then.
How much was it?
I think it was over $300.
Oh wow!
There it is.
Oh wow!
It's decent size.
He has it running. He shows it running.
I'm watching a video of a dude jump this thing through the air, man. It flies pretty well.
Are you watching it?
Yeah, I'm watching. Well, I'm watching one on my phone. I'm not watching that one.
Come on, that's comparable to the X-Max in size.
I mean, we get that it's a big scale, but X-Max is big, man.
I'm telling you, for what it was, that would have been considered.
Exactly. I get what you're saying, but I guess that was a big scale, back in the day. But today, even if you look at the freaking Raminator, man, that thing is. You need a garage, to put it in there.
Well, that's bigger than the X-Max, actually. I'm surprised they still call it 5th scale, and I know it seems so much bigger.
Well, this guy's got this ripping, man.
The MRC?
Oh boy, and I have a hint that Tony's digging it, and now he wants it.
Dude, he's got dual brushless on it. It looks like he's got like 2 of the Ghoul RC motors on here or something.
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Hey, Tony, you're gonna have to find it. It is a vintage vehicle.
Oh, I refuse to get one. I'm not gonna get one. I'm not into vintage stuff.
Yeah,
Except for Cloudbuster.
Tony
Well-
doesn't like LEDs. Tony doesn't like vintage. Tony likes gas and go.
Well, he said he likes the Cloudbuster. That's vintage.
Well, my Cloudbusters are the ZRP race chassis, the CPE
Oh, with the
Terminator.
lower center of gravity.
No, they're just
No, they're all
hopped
metaled
up.
out.
they're not on the chassis of the original.
Yeah.
So it has to use the same links as the original, but the rest of it's all hopped up.
Well, I thought you guys would have been interested in that car just because it's an interesting thing.
I think it's pretty cool. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna buy one, but I think it's pretty cool.
Hey, Jag, welcome back. We lost you then.
Thanks. I have to go check on the dog. How you going, Shin?
Yeah. All right. Well, it's 11:42. We've been going for 2 hours plus. We'll go ahead and do the sign off here for Tank.
Before Tank's not in here, you'd stay on here for hours.
Well, we can keep talking after. Shen is in the house. He says
Yeah.
Tony disliked the MRP high roller. You know, I'm a big fan of ready-to-run vehicles, and I've always said it. So that looks like more work than it's worth for me. With the amount of vehicles that I have to maintain, that was my deal breaker as well for the Super Baja Rays. Like thinking about if I did hit something and I had to fix the servo, like you were saying, Tom.
Yeah.
When am I going to have time to do that? So I took the Creighton out today, and I was just going to swap out to my new radio. I've been messing around with it on different like motor timing. And I'm like, you know, I'm going to get my other radio on. I'm tired of dealing with like the app and all that because I want to record with my phone. I don't want my phone having to run an app to do AVC on and off and all that. And so I could get it to bind, but like it wouldn't drive. And then I'd try a different control. I tried like 3 controllers, and then I found out like later I bound back to the original one, and I'm like, what the heck's going on? And I started messing with the app, and then I went to drive and it worked. I'm like, huh, must have been the app. I bound the other one, it wouldn't drive again. I'm like, you know, what's going on? Well, I realized that there was like some delay. Like it goes through the like the noise sounds like it's about to blow up, those ESCs, and they make really loud like noise when they're testing themselves. And
The
then
idea of it blowing up, I got a funny picture in my head, Tony.
okay,
But then again, Tony owns a Grand Hauler. Tony owns
And that's vintage, and they still make them today.
The Kyosho Outlaw Rampage Pro Kit. He had to build it. Okay, so basically he does have some sort of experience, you know, working on his rig.
I do, and I bound my Tenacity Pro over with the same system over to my other controllers, no issue. Anyway, it turned out that I just had to wait like 30 seconds. The steering would work, you know, the whole time, and I'm like, this is dumb. Like I'm trying to like set the, you know, on off, set the throttle, you know, endpoints, whatever I could do to make it work, but I kept turning it off too fast. And so if I left it on for 30 seconds, eventually the wheels stopped turning, and I'm like, well, now what's going on? And then all of a sudden everything reset and it would take off. And I'm like, so I spent like 60 minutes out there just trying to bind a stinking controller to it because of this little delay thing.
You know what, Tony? I'm sorry. I have this funny idea when he's talked about it. Sounds like it's going to blow up. I see you playing with it in your backyard, and you see go boom, and you hear it sound like one of the droids from Star Wars going.
Yeah.
It's just
very literal.
Quite an imagination there, buddy.
Yeah, very literal. Very literal. No, I mean, I have a Capra still in the box. I have the wheels, I have the tires,
what?
I have the motor system, I have the servos, I have a nice, awesome Holmes Hobby system to go in it. But I got to build it. And when do I have time to build it? And I've got all those parts for those Sen racing trucks I have to do installs on. And
all you need is a long weekend, Tony.
Yeah, I've got one, and I spent an hour of that trying to get this stinking remote to bind. Like, so anything that takes too long per car, you just start seeing like time just disappear.
Hey,
so,
RC6 almost built the last in 2.5 hours.
I've got a question.
Who has a question?
Chris. I want a question. I've got a question.
RC Kicks.
Brad. I've got a
Jack.
question for Chris because the poor bloke's been silent since he's been on here. Is that a caravan you got up on that top shelf, mate?
Yeah, the camper thing.
Can you bring it down and we can have a look at it?
Yeah, sure.
He's got some good
Teardrop
RCs in the
camper.
back. He's got
got
Oh
some
my
cool
God, that might
RCs.
be
yeah, he's got some great stuff there in the background there.
That reminds me of Tank's thing.
I'm trying to work out why Tank put a red heart.
Frank made one that runs.
What's with the heart, Tank?
He loves us.
He loves
He
us.
love,
Man.
no, he wouldn't. He would if he put a heart for me to be black.
Would be
Maybe he likes those little monkeys he put down there.
Believe it or not,
Can we have a look at that camper? Did you make that, Chris?
What's the mama
no,
section there?
actually, I got this at Target
Yeah, that's
in the
big-
doll
that's
section,
big.
and I just painted it and stuff.
Nice.
Wow.
Oh, that's cool, man. Lift it up a bit, bro.
That looks like an Airstream.
Yeah,
Target Black Friday tomorrow. Be on sale, maybe.
yeah.
So you got it from where? Walmart.
That reminds me of some of those old suitcases back in the day.
That's
that opened
awesome.
up.
What do you tow that with?
SCX10.
Yeah,
Yeah, a bunch of the crawlers.
that's awesome, man.
Wow.
Definitely.
That's a masterpiece, man.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Is that pretty old?
Prince also has the hearts for you, Jake.
Pleased.
He's only stirring me up. He's actually probably spewing. He's in North Bay and not on here because I'm here.
Well, he's expressing his love, man.
No?
Don't
Jack, I'm
forget,
sorry if
you
I'm
guys that
upsetting
are
you,
still
man.
here, make sure you give the thumbs up on
Yes.
your way
Yes,
out, or if
and,
you haven't done it already, do it now.
And also, you know, I know we talked about the Copa stuff and then, you know, Black Friday. And I wanted to point out, you know, I know we've been talking this whole time. I wanted to point out that if you guys want to get into a hobby, I might.
That's funny, man.
Cash Boy's gonna get a new bedspread for Black Friday.
I might.
Oh, man.
But no, if you guys
He's
want
a
to really
crack
get
up,
into
man.
the crawler scene, there is a crawler by Vatera, which is the Vatera Send, and I saw that thing for $199.
Yeah.
That is
Even if you got to change the ugly body, it's a great
yeah,
price.
and of course, if you don't like the Suburban
Yeah, but at that point, you can get the Gen 8.
or the Gen,
Not much more.
so whichever. But
Thanks for that.
Gen
That's
7 Pro.
good stuff, brother.
that is
Where else
something
can you
that I
pull
just
down?
wanted
That big giant tank you got there on the left, on your right hand side, mate. Bring that down.
That one?
That's what I want to see. That big
He wants to
giant
see
thing.
that
that
heavy
you've got.
tank. That he says it's a 6
the-
scale tank.
The what is it? 1/6 scale that you'll be lifting weights when you pick that up. Could we have a look at that, please?
Right, don't drop it on your toe.
Don't
I
break
don't
your
think
back.
you can hear me. Can you hear me, Chris?
Yeah.
Is that a Sherman?
We'd like,
No,
we'd
he
like
said
you to do a
it's
few laps with that Sherman tank, please.
I really like that tank.
Go ahead and do some push-ups with that on your back.
Can you bring it down for us, mate?
Actually, why does he push his body on it and make push-ups from it?
What?
Can you bring it to the
Hands on
screen
his
here?
side and put it on the ground and do push-ups off of it.
That's awesome.
You want to see a
man.
break?
So that's 1/6 scale.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
Wow.
How fast does it go?
Well, don't break your back, mate. Oh,
same
bloody
time.
Go
hell,
brushless.
this thing. That's unbelievable. Now that's a tank.
No doubt.
Yeah.
How
That is awesome.
miles an hour?
That's
What?
sick, man.
15 miles an hour?
Oh,
Nine that.
What's a price on that sort of thing?
hold on. Hold that up one more time. I'm going to present you so
Yeah,
that
that's
everybody can
just
see it
that's
close up.
insane. Yeah, put him up on the screen. That's insane. That's
Wow.
just awesome. That is. Jeez.
Are the tracks metal?
No, they're plastic.
Did
Hey,
you have to
don't
build
matter,
that,
man.
Chris? Did you build it?
No, I actually did it in a trade for another RC.
What do you know what they are worth?
I think I saw them roughly on eBay for maybe about $200 to $300.
What's
Really?
the?
Wow.
Can you give me the model of it?
The M5 Stewart tank, I think it was.
What is it? It's a 1.6,
M5
is it?
Stewart.
Okay, so it's what is it? What?
A Stewart tank.
Yeah, Stewart tank.
M5 Stewart tank.
Yeah, it's
M5
21st century
Stewart.
toys.
Sorry, I'm a bit slow here.
Did you hear that, Tank? Hey, Tank. That is a tank.
That's a
So what
beast,
do you-
that thing. Jeez.
Does that do like 5 miles an hour?
It
Well,
doesn't
Not
matter.
presenting
I
him,
mean,
Tony. Tony, you got to present him.
I know. I was
Holy
trying. It
crap,
wasn't
that's the
working right.
battery?
Right click on his icon.
that's the battery.
I chose Spotlight, but
No, he goes right click on his icon at the top. Hang on, don't put it down yet. Please.
I
Wow.
can't see the whole battery there, man.
Doing tank curls. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Those
Yeah,
are
it looks like that takes a
the
sand battery or
That
something.
takes a 12 volt. That's a
That's
motorbike battery.
A rider mower battery.
Is
It's
that
a
rechargeable?
motorbike battery.
It's a rider mower battery. It looks like a
Oh,
rider
okay.
mower.
Oh, motorbike battery, 12 volt.
A rider motor battery.
Yeah, but I'm saying, Brad, I'm saying also it's a motorbike
Either way.
battery as well.
yeah. You use that on
Motorcycles
motorcycles for starter.
Yeah, you use them on motorcycles, mate.
Yeah,
But that's
Found that tank.
rechargeable, like you said, is it?
and power wheels and vibrator if you need it. Or,
That's unbelievable.
but that battery is
That's what she
huge.
said.
I've never seen
That's
them
cute,
run
yeah.
on
How
those
long does it run on there? What's the runtime from?
I don't know. I have not actually run it that long enough. But this thing is unstoppable. Like it'll run over trees and bushes and everything else I can throw at
The
it.
size of it, yeah.
I'd like to see it run in the snow.
It's a pity it's got plastic tracks.
You got to go
though.
to my channel. I actually have a video of it running in the snow.
And it's
but,
powered too, I would assume.
Hey, bud, do you mind putting like some type of a comment on the chat so we can tell everybody who you are? I know
Yeah,
you're
put
busy
your
with
name in
the
the chat.
tank.
That's just awesome, that thing. Jeez. That's the highlight of this stream, I think.
yeah, that's super nice. Oh,
Wow.
That's crazy.
Loud.
Wow, that's just crazy.
I can't believe it's that cheap, man. That's really cheap for such a scale.
Those,
Yeah,
that's
I gather the metal tracks for that would be worth a fortune.
I'm
I
looking on
bet
eBay. I
It
see that
wouldn't
they're
be cheap.
between- It seemed like they're like between $300 and $800 for that tank on eBay.
wow.
Wow.
How much was it?
Between $300 and $800 on eBay. So
Wow.
between 300 and 800 depends on the quality of the tank.
Yeah.
That's just awesome. I think I just found my new favorite
That's
RC.
Freaking action.
But what actual brand is it? Is there a brand? Is it branded or
21st century.
21st century toys. Yeah.
21st Century Toys? I'm just writing this down. Probably can't get them here in Australia, but anyway.
RC Master now wants to see the boat.
Does it shoot things?
It's supposed to shoot like little rubber missile things, but that actually broke off one day when I was trying to carry it into the house.
Oh.
Ken's saying they put GI Joes in them tanks.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I think he's got a few tanks. How many tanks have you got, Chris?
I got two more, two of the 16th scale ones.
Oh, okay.
That would be the Hang Longs, right?
Yeah, that'd be hang longs.
I want their Sherman. They're 76 millimeter Sherman.
How about the
Mhm.
Jaeger?
I
Oh, look at that.
Tony and I we have one, and well, his doesn't shoot. He needs some Viagra. I don't know, but mine shoots very well.
Hey, Chris,
Yes.
can you imagine putting some put in like 1800 or 800 brushless motors in that?
Probably
Sure.
could.
I bet you would go a lot faster.
Yeah, a lot faster.
It would at least hit 50 miles an hour with those type of motors in it off that battery.
Maybe some higher C-rated Duracells.
Oh, well, I'm just trying to still get over the 12-volt battery.
Are the wheels on that tank all plastic? Are all the drive components plastic?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you put too much power in, it's gonna rip it apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
so the
super
800
impressive, though.
Oh, yeah. So they're just, what sort of motors? They're just 540 cans, are they?
It looked like 540 or 550 cams.
Maybe you should drop some.
I don't understand why it's running on a. Why is it running on a 12-volt battery?
I don't know. There's a lot of space inside here that you can put the battery in there.
Oh, yeah,
maybe because of the system, or maybe because.
Yeah, but he's only got, if he's got 540 or 550 cans, you can run the lipos on it, couldn't you?
Well, there's lots of other stuff inside that truck too. It has like sound effects and other things it does, right?
So it's going to take up a lot of power, yeah.
Speakers and
Yes.
I would still like to see it run off a brush.
Insane. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not a big tank fan, but seeing something like that, geez.
I could see you buying one of those, Jack.
I just looked it up
not for $800. Not for $800.
Other
I'm not
electronics
going to spend
inside of it.
$800. Not for $800 bucks. I'm not going to spend
I think you're better.
Afford that.
I think you're better off like with a hang long.
Well, the one you got's pretty cool. That Sherman tank.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
I like it.
I want to see
something this big. I like the bigger. You know, when you see something this big, you think, geez, you know.
What's this guy? I'm sorry, but what was this guy's name?
Chris.
Chris. Hey, Chris, do you mind putting something on chat so everybody can actually check out your channel?
Yeah,
I
sure.
want to see this thing running.
Let me figure out how to do this.
Yeah, just say hi in the chat.
Yeah, just go to the YouTube page and over on the side there's a chat.
Yeah,
man, and trust
me.
me.
How many videos do you have out, Chris?
Do what?
How many videos do you have?
Oh, good Lord. I have right about 380 so.
How long you been doing it?
9 years.
Awesome.
I mean, check out his channel, man.
9 years.
Subscribe. As soon as you post.
First time I've seen him.
Yep, I subscribed tonight.
Yeah, I'll sub him once he puts I'll sub him. I want to look at this tank.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm already subscribed. I recognize the intro straight away. Yeah.
Oh, you didn't see his tank videos?
I saw his boat ones.
Hey, Chris.
Oh, what's the boat he's got?
Chris, you watch the show?
Like the builds and stuff.
Oh, I know.
Crazy builds.
Abrams and British. The only tank that I had was the I had it a few years ago. Was the MA4 or whatever it's called, the Abrams. And that was pretty big. That was like about
M4.
500. The MA4 or MA3 or something, M1A3. And that was like about.
That sounds right.
Yeah, 570 mil long it was. It's pretty big.
And I know RC Master, he says, "Can we see that boat, please?" I'm just reading chat. Your call, bro.
Did he put his name in the chat so I can subscribe?
No. I'm still waiting.
I'm trying.
Can you just say hi or something?
RC84 Films.
Yeah, just look up
You
RC84
have one of the Cross
film.
RC, right? The 6x6?
Yeah.
Is that around?
Yeah, I got it.
That thing is awesome. His
RC show and tell.
He has a behemoth like 6x6 Cross RC.
Yeah,
I remember that because I've been wanting to get one, and I've watched all
Yeah.
kinds of videos on it, and he's got an awesome one.
Isn't that like worth about $2,000 or something? Those things.
Hey, Chris, if you're having issues with Chad, Tony, are you on his channel?
No,
put the link in the
though.
chat.
Yeah, please. I mean,
yeah, I'll do that. That's a good idea.
Yeah, put a link.
I know you're a moderator.
All right.
I have an awesome.
Took me out of moderator. Jeez.
It's huge, huh?
There we go.
Yeah.
So there it is. Okay.
All right.
That was the easy way to do it.
So Chris, how many RCs do you have?
All of them.
Don't say it out loud.
Probably maybe about 17.
Oh, everybody's making it sound like you have a lot more than 17.
But they're very nice ones.
Yeah.
You got nearly 5K subs.
Nice.
Wow.
So where are the
Somebody-
boats though? Is that the custom one right there that you built right next to you? Oh, see, there it is.
But
That
this subject,
That's what Quintus did, and he made it a Punisher one.
See, I love the colors that he chose too, though, because everybody was going like the tans and all that.
Yeah,
I love that with the blacked out rims and everything.
Yeah.
It's also gray.
Yeah.
Yeah, that way it shows.
he's got the
Battleship gray.
That's awesome. Yeah, there it is, Behemoth.
yeah,
what's
and he's
the,
got also got the H6.
That's a 10 scale, right?
12th scale, but on a 10th scale chassis.
A 12th without a 10 scale chassis.
Yeah, so the body's 12th scale, and then
The chassis would be like a 10 scale truck. Yeah.
So you took a break, I see here, because you say that you're why you haven't uploaded.
Does it crawl well?
It's mostly like a trail truck, man. It's not something you're gonna crawl mountains of rocks with, but it does pretty good.
I've seen people
Why
take.
would you want to? Why would you want to crawl that? It's a scale.
It's a scale. That's
Yeah, it's scale. Why would you want to
Does it
crawl
have
that?
leaf
Brad?
springs on it?
Yeah.
Cool.
It has leaf springs, of course.
Yeah, it's got the proper leaf springs.
Yeah, if I can get it somehow.
That's
No,
cool. We
they-
can see 'em.
yeah.
Oh, it has horizontal leaf springs and regular leaf springs, correct?
Yes.
You know, the Corvette uses the transverse
Nice.
leaf springs and suspension. They've done those for years on the Corvette.
Did you build that, Chris?
Yeah, it comes with a kit. You have to build everything.
You build the kit. Yeah, that's awesome. That looks great.
It's like building a model, though. Like the body, when you get to
Good.
the body and stuff, it's like building a model.
Yeah, because like the
Oh.
bed, you have to piece the bed together, and y'all can see it on the channel there.
That's
the
huge.
whole
He's got a whole build on it. Yeah.
What's the name of the company that made it?
Cross RC.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I saw it's on his. There's the one where he's got the is it the HC6?
Yeah, HC6.
Yeah.
I totally didn't recognize you, man.
Hey, Chris, you seem to like a lot of military vehicles. So,
Yeah, I do.
So do you have an XR311?
No, I don't.
Oh,
About an Alamo P3.
That's a beautiful Tamiya kit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, drink.
He's got the Humvee, the HGP 408.
I'm watching his tank video where he's driving the tank in the snow.
Hey, and,
Oh,
and
is it?
also, it to me, it's a new face to me. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but Tom Logan.
Yeah, what's up?
Do you mind putting something on chat so we can also, check out your channel? Are you RC
Yeah.
related? I'm sure you are, but
Yeah.
You should get
Outsourced RC. You
Hey,
recognize it.
Chris, you should also get the fast
Oh,
attack.
is
bug.
he outsourced RC? Is
Yeah.
that where you at, Tom?
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
me.
The what?
You should get the fast attack vehicles that are military that Tamiya makes. Those are really fun to play with. Too.
oh, drink.
Oh yeah.
I hear you there, man. Drinking.
You can get a
That's
bus,
the,
man.
That's the.
Sorry, I threw it in Tom's link too, but he did chat in there earlier. He's with
Oh,
Outsourced
okay. I'm
RC.
My apologies.
gonna- I open link. I'm gonna check your. I'm sure I've checked your channel. before,
Outsourced.
Tom.
Okay. Cool.
That's actually one of the fewer that particular HP. That's a color that I don't see that much with people who bought them.
The green.
That particular green, yeah.
So it would not actually let me paste into the the chat.
But he's got the,
Might
that
need a
was the
moderator.
loaded one, right?
Tony
I
does
posted
well.
it, but all you have to do is say hello, everybody, and it'll show your icon, and they can just right click it and say, go to channel.
That.
But I posted
Chris,
it for you.
All right.
You said
Yeah,
you
I
got
just
the-
got you've got nearly 5K subscribers as well, Tom.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah.
monetized.
4.9.
Okay, I've just subscribed to you. Now,
Thank you.
obviously, I've
Double
got
check.
my name on the window, but I'm Epic RC Video Productions, so you guys know.
Do you have the
'Cause I've
MRAP?
only got my name on there. I don't know how to change it.
What about all the other HP 6-wheel drive military vehicles, like the MRAP and all that?
The what?
That new one that everybody's talking about, and all the other 8-wheel drive militaries that they make.
Yeah,
The 12 scales, the 12 scale 8-wheel drives.
yeah. I know which ones you're talking about.
Do you have any of those?
No, not yet. Working on it.
You're gonna.
Man,
Are
that
you
Hummer
gonna
looks
get one,
nice.
Brad? Hey, Brad,
If
are you
I
gonna
had
get
the
one?
money like you guys did, I'd be going
You got
nuts.
the camo on there, Chris. Did you paint
sure
that
would.
yourself, Chris? Did you put
No,
the
this
camo
one
on
ain't
that?
like that.
I see you can buy them like that.
I thought that was one of the.
Is
I
that the
thought
upgraded with the sound kit and everything?
No, this one doesn't have the sound kit in it or the lights.
Which is not
Oh,
necessary.
but you could have gotten
No.
it that way.
Ah. Oh, it's got the metal
That's
drives.
the black bottom on it. The black
Look at the
chassis.
bottom, though.
Yeah, the metal
That's-
drives on it.
That's killer.
It's absolutely realistic to the T. It even has reduction gears. It has
Yeah.
has the the portal axles. They actually
My
made them.
son
with
would
portal
love that.
axles in real life.
And all the doors open, the hood opens, the
You gotta
batteries
lock
go
the
in the
disc, man.
back.
Yeah, I like the disc on it already.
That's awesome. That's
It's
sweet.
totally
Sharing a
scaled
ball
out
in that chat.
inside.
That's really cool.
Some people need to play catch up, I think, in the scale world. I mean, that is insane.
That thing, I know that thing is capable. I think it runs around 20 miles an hour in second gear. Isn't it close to it?
It's supposed to like 30 kilometers, whatever the heck 30 kilometers is.
You take 30 and you divide it by 0.62. That's what you get.
But that is one particular rig, man. That why would you want to give it at full blast? That thing is just
Are we made for speed rounds?
No, that's
you get out for a trail.
scale as
it's a
well. All
trail
these are
truck.
scale. They're not speed demons.
Well,
Yeah.
trail trucks. The trail trucks do have a little bit of speed in them. They're moderately fast.
You
I
gotta
mean, I've got the
understand
little
that
toy
if-
kits ones that they don't go like.
It's a
if
hard
it's a
body.
Hummer, if it's a Hummer,
Yeah.
you're gonna take it to the trail, shoot a couple soldiers,
Yeah, Hummer should be done nice and slow.
do a
So
couple
the-
bullseyes, and
Yeah.
go home.
The
I'm
next
actually
thing I
gonna-
want from Traxxas, because they came out when they brought out the TRX4 lineup, they like basically said, "Hey guys, here's what you should be doing." But
Beautiful.
next thing that they could do, so they did all of the portals, the locking diffs. If they start putting interiors in
Hey,
theirs,
it's the Maya one.
yeah, that's cool.
Oh, drink.
That's nice too. Yeah.
That's the 12 scale. Hey, show
You
the
three-
12 scale compared to the 10th.
Now it's underwhelming after the last one. I'm gonna be honest.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah,
You can 3D print an interior for the TRX4.
yeah. If they came that way, would be sick. Like,
Yeah,
Okay, people
I was
want to
going to
see
make
the
an
boat
interior
up
for it.
there,
I got
Chris.
distracted with other things, my 3D printing.
see, and that's the problem is there's so many things I want to do with mine, but time. Like if I could just get it already out of the box with
The
an
boat.
interior, awesome. Especially like so it
Well,
doesn't
to
have
the
sticker
boat.
windows. That's the worst part is when they have
Oh,
sticker
yeah.
windows.
The 6 scale capo, the Capra, or whatever you want to call it, starts with a C. You know how it's spelled, Kapri, whatever.
Okay, so the Capo is a brand.
Starts with a
Yeah,
SCKAP.
TAMIY.
The 6-to-1 blows my mind how detailed that is and how many things move in it.
So
What
what
tank
tank
is
is that one?
This one is
The hang long, right? But which one is it?
The M41
Have to
8.
present them. Oh, that looks
Nice.
good.
Crap. Look at
Okay.
that cannon, Tony. Check it out.
Yeah.
I like that better than the Sherman.
Well, the Sherman's an old body. That's a modern tank.
And
No,
I like
but-
the modern one
but-
better, apparently.
Tony-
Yeah, I like the modern ones better. They're better looking. They're faster.
But Tony's Sherman doesn't shoot BBs.
Which
Nope.
tank is that? That's the Henlong what?
It does all the motions, but nothing comes out.
Henlong makes a full metal one.
Yeah,
Everything on is metal.
That's pretty sad, man.
I really like that one.
What's the model on that, Chris?
M41A3 Walker Bulldog
So
tank.
that's the M41A3, is it?
Yeah, Walker Bulldog tank.
Yeah.
That's an American tank.
Yes.
That's used in Vietnam, right?
Yes, it was.
And Sherman was used in World War II.
Yes.
Yep.
You have an M1 Abrams? You have an M1 A1 Abrams?
No, don't have one of those. Sorry.
Oh, that tank's
Those are
very
one of the best
inexpensive.
tanks. Those are one of the best tanks that have ever been made. In
No,
real life.
Tom, they're only like $130.
Yeah,
Oh,
see, I'm
yes.
used to looking at the Sherman that I want is like $500 or $600. So
Yeah, it's like the all metal version one, I think. Right.
Well,
Yeah.
Henglong has an all metal one, but it's only like, what is it, 300? Or is that, there's the 500?
yeah,
Yeah,
theirs is the expensive one, the 76 millimeter. There's a 76 millimeter that's
Oh,
really
okay.
nice.
I really want to see one of those run with brushless motors.
What for?
You
What
don't
do you
need,
want a
you don't
brushless
need-
motor in a tank for?
Hey, if you're gonna make one out of our modern tanks of the U.S., you're gonna want to because they're very fast. You're gonna want
the Sherman isn't. The Sherman wasn't a big thing even back in the day.
I'm talking about the Abrams tanks.
You're doing your tank speed runs. You want to use those.
Go a little faster.
Okay, so we'll do Abrams
Oh,
versus
Tom,
the
that middle one's
Traxxas
awesome, man.
X01.
Is it?
No, I think it should be doing over 20 miles an hour. The Abrams one, the modern tank.
All right, Brad. Here's what I'm going to do, Brad. Here's what I'm going to do, mate. I'm going to buy a tank. I'm going to put a brushless system in it. I'm going to go on 3S, and I'm going to put a GPS on it.
12S.
Stop it.
You know what?
12S.
Yeah, I would love to see that. You would have the fastest
Hey,
RC
I
tank.
knew he was going to say that, so that's why I said it.
Hey,
Wish you would.
why not be different, Jack? Why not be different?
I am different.
I mean, think about
Everyone's
it. Why not
different.
be different? Make a fast-moving
I am
tank.
different. I do videos different.
Even Tony's different.
Tony, I got
Yeah,
one
but
different for you.
Jack, you should make a fast-moving tank just to see what it could do.
I wish you would.
No, I wouldn't.
Can you say Tamaya again?
I wouldn't.
You should be passed out now, Gabriel.
I'm trying
I
to.
wouldn't. I wouldn't.
I'm getting there.
I sub to you, Tom.
Yeah, what's up?
I subbed you,
thank you.
mate, and I
Thank you.
subbed Chris as well. I'm gonna go
Yeah,
back and have a look at Chris's snow video as well.
Appreciate it, man. That was a great tour there.
Thanks very much for showcasing those. Mate.
Mhm.
Yeah, awesome.
This is the best part of
And
the live stream.
Yeah.
And I'm new to your channel, so I'm gonna go ahead and check it out, man. So
I
You know,
appreciate it.
if those tanks are so cheap, I should buy one and see how big a motor and battery I can fit in that thing and see how fast it'll
What
go.
are you talking about?
Up here says the M1's top speed is 45. Sorry.
oh,
You talking about
Yeah.
tank?
yeah, those bulldog tanks, the one he has.
The
I
real
want to see
top
one with metal tracks and see how fast they'll go.
With brushless motor system in it, right?
Yeah.
I wish someone would
Well-
do that because the modern tank that the U.S. makes, they are fast. So they do warrant some of the models like the M1, like the Abrams tanks. They should be warranted in an RC class to run off of brushless. You know what I'm saying?
So Brad, are you pretty much implying that we should race a tank like against a grasshopper or a hornet?
No, I'm not
No,
talking
Basher
about
Boy
it.
needs to get.
Other things.
Basher Boy, what tank do you have?
Oh, the
Mhm.
Sherman?
German.
Yeah.
Heinlein
You have a
Sherman?
Sherman?
Got a
Uh-huh.
brushless system in it.
So we
my-
need to do races, apparently. So who else
Oh,
has
okay.
Shermans?
Oh,
Basher Boy always wants to race everybody.
How about a ripsaw? The ripsaw with the ripsaw with a brushless system in it.
Or maybe we should do a shootout where you have to hit targets, and it's like
I'm worried
best
that-
of
Shoot on
5.
the run. Like the American tanks, they shoot on the run.
See that ripsaw. What I'm concerned about with that that ripsaw is that it has planetary gears, and I don't know how they will hold up to a brushless system if it would be too much power and speed for them.
They're just gonna come
Well,
out.
if
I mean,
Well,
If
that's
a-
what
if a-
Steve says in the
if a-
chat. Steve says tanks don't go fast. Too many gears in the gearboxes.
yep,
Mm.
Blow them to
it's
bits.
there are a lot of cars that run off of planetary gears, and they run brushless systems in them.
The Sen Racing monster trucks run planetaries, and they're pretty awesome. But hey, let's go ahead and let's do a roundtable so that Tank's video isn't super too long. So people aren't like, what? They're talking for 4 hours? We don't want to watch that.
let's
Although
do a 7-hour live stream.
we're giving him some good watch time right now. His numbers are going to be pretty awesome when we hang up. But let's go around the room. We'll start down with Brad. Why don't you say goodbye?
Happy Thanksgiving, and I hope we have more people next week.
All right. The people that are here are not good enough for Brad, so hope to get some more.
No, our family's getting bigger, Tony. No, I'm glad everybody.
You don't need Tank to have more people, though.
The more, the merrier. That's what I'm trying to say, Tony.
Oh, okay, that's good. Jack.
Hail Mary? Say
Yeah,
Tamaya,
thanks,
that's a Hail Mary.
thanks, guys, in the chat. Happy Thanksgiving and everything. And this has been a CCXRC production.
Yeah, we need some super chats on the way out, guys. Super chat Tank's bank account right now.
No, don't give him a cent.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Good luck at Black Friday. Stand in line patiently.
Is anybody in here going out?
No.
No. It looks like 20 you are.
Bunny.
Chris.
Anyone going out? Going out where?
Yeah, to the stores on Black Friday. There's
Black
crazy
Friday.
lines and people
We've
waiting
only
on
got
doors.
all our, appliance stores having that. RCs are nothing.
Chris.
Nothing RCs here.
Well, you want to say goodbye to everybody?
Yeah. Thank you for having me. First time on live chat, so I'm getting.
Yeah, nice to meet you, mate.
Welcome, man. Welcome.
Yeah,
welcome.
welcome. Thanks for showing us your collection.
Yeah.
Super
Appreciate
sweet
it.
stuff.
Yeah, good stuff.
RC84 Film. You guys can check them out up close and personal. He's got some awesome videos showing how they're made and all that stuff. RC Basher Boy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been great. It's been awesome. Happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you on the next one. We'll see you tomorrow on Stevo's.
He's a funny bloke.
Axio's killing it in the chat.
Oh, mate, he's on a roll, mate.
He
he's
is.
on a roll.
All right, Tom.
Thank you for having me. Usually I work on Thursday night, so I can't really come to these things. I appreciate you guys letting me come and talk about Kappa a little bit. And, checking out my channel and stuff. I appreciate that.
Great intro you gave
Well,
us at the
thanks for
start
coming
about
in and
the
making
Copa.
it so clear. You cleared up a lot of misconceptions that are out there, and people freaking out for a lot of reasons.
And also, my apologies of just coming very direct. I just wanted.
Don't do it again.
The
I'll
conversation.
block you.
Sorry.
Gabriel came in reading the chat as he entered.
Yeah.
All right, so I've got a list of things that are in the chat that you got to get to. All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to RC Talk, Black Friday, Kappa, Tanks, what you want for Christmas, Axio in the chat, all kinds of things on the Tank RC. And we thank you guys for letting us be here. Thank you, Tank, for letting us take over your stream. And hopefully we did all right with that.
Before you go,
I hate being
I'm going to do a gab. One more thing.
All right, go ahead.
I just hope next time he can take a day off, Tony. And when Tank's not here, he can let me do the stream for him.
Okay.
Look at that sinister
Can you
grin.
imagine that? Can you imagine
You
that?
did so well getting in this time with Zoom. I'm sure that's what he's thinking.
If I take over this stream next time for Tank,
Jack totally gets how Zoom works, and he will be the perfect person to run it next time.
No such thing as perfect. But I'll tell you what, if I was running this, it'll be an absolute circus.
That's great. We like circuses. Entertainment is what we need.
Well, that
But
should
no,
get- should
actually,
get
people
Axio
don't
to
like
run it.
circuses
Axio.
anymore. Circuses are
Yeah.
RC
bad.
Freak Show.
Yeah.
Don't go to circuses.
No, Axio
Put them
should
out
run
of
it. I reckon he'll
business.
have a ball, mate.
This is not a circus. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.
Yeah,
Those who are
guys.
in here, you can stay along and chat as long as you'd like. But the rest of you guys can't listen in. So sorry. It's a breaks.